Tonight's game is brought to you by Safeway.
Well, good evening, everyone, and welcome to Shaw Park in beautiful downtown Winnipeg. We are here for another edition of Safeway Goldeyes Baseball right here on Shaw TV. Tonight, the Fish continue their push for the playoffs as they welcome the New Jersey Jackals from the Can-Am League to town. We kick things off, as always, with a pregame show brought to you by Safeway, ingredients for life. And as we welcome you into one of the most beautiful ballparks in North America, my name is Al Foster. So good to have you with us on what's turning out to be a little bit of a sticky and unsettled evening here in Winnipeg. We did have some thunderstorm activity earlier in the day. Thick cloud right now. There is a slight chance of a thunder shower throughout the evening. Well, let's hope Mother Nature holds off and we get some baseball in for you tonight. This is a game which features two first-place teams, but I would argue that the pressure is squarely on the shoulders of the visiting New Jersey Jackals. You see, the Jackals are right now just one game ahead in the standings of the Can-Am League over the Rockland Boulders. The Goldeyes, mind you, have a very comfortable 8-game lead in the North Division of the American Association standings over the St. Paul Saints, and those St. Paul Saints are currently in a 9-game losing streak. Yep, certainly the worst time of year they could be doing that. The Goldeyes, though, will certainly want to keep the positive momentum going into the postseason. To set things up for us tonight, let's send things up to the two men who will call this game for us tonight, Scott Taylor and Ken Weed.
Hi, everybody. Welcome to the ballpark once again. Thank you, Al Foster. Scott Taylor along with Ken Weed from the Winnipeg Sun. And tonight, as Al told you, it's the Goldeyes and the New Jersey Jackals. A bit of a treat for us. We have two first-place teams going at it. Yes, the Goldeyes have built an 8-game lead over St. Paul, but they have to go back into St. Paul before the season ends, and they would like to do it having everything done. Continue to win ball games the way they've been winning ball games and have it all sewn up by the time they go back into St. Paul.
Yeah, no question, Scotty. Definitely a statement series by sweeping the Saints last week, and taking 2 of 3 against Sioux Falls was also big for them. It was one of those typical Sundays where you hope you didn't use up all the runs by scoring 14 and hammering out 6 homers, but the Goldeyes feeling pretty good about themselves in that long bus ride home.
Yeah, they played pretty well in Sioux Falls, especially in Game 3 of the series. Let's go down to field level and Beverly Wynn with our national anthems.
And you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave? Oh, Canada, our home and native land, true patriot love in all thy sons command. With glowing hearts we see thee rise, the true north, strong and free. From far and wide, oh Canada, we stand on guard for thee. God keep our land glorious and free. Oh Canada, we stand on guard for thee. Oh Canada, we stand on guard for thee.
Another splendid effort by Beverly Wynn with the national anthems of both Canada and the United States. It's the Winnipeg Goldeyes and the New Jersey Jackals, two first-place clubs, going head-to-head here at Shaw Park tonight. Time now to go down to the field for the Goldeyes. Starting defensive alignment, the boys out in the carpet. It's brought to you by A&R Carpet Barn. Visit one of our 2 locations at 50 Archibald Street and 655 Pembina Highway. Goldeyes defense tonight, Louise Allen, as always, the catcher. Casey Harther is at first base. Brock Bond is at second. Tyler Kuhn starts at shortstop. And Jake Blackwood is the third baseman. Donnie Webb is in left field. Reggie Abercrombie in center. And Josh Mazzola, 3 Taters Mazzola from yesterday, starts in right field. Matthew Jackson is the pitcher. Tonight, the Goldeyes starting defensive alignment brought to you by A&R Carpet Barn. Visit anrcarpetbarn.com. Goldeyes starting pitcher is brought to you by Lower Level Sports Cards at 189 Henderson Highway, right beside the subway. Visit us at lowerlevelsportscards.ca. Tell us about Matt Jackson.
Well, the 6'4" right-hander, Scott, having a pretty decent season for the Goldeyes. 9 and 6, 4.03 earned run average, making his 19th start. Coming off a victory, 6 2/3, where he gave up 5 hits and just 2 earned runs. That snapped a stretch of nearly a month without a victory. It's going to give you a fastball in the high 80s, curveball, changeup, and a mix and a slider every once in a while.
Matt Jackson, your Goldeyes starting pitcher, brought to you by Lower Level Sports Cards at 189 Henderson Highway. It's right beside the subway. Visit us at lowerlevelsportscards.ca. The Jackals starting lineup is brought to you by Pembina Chrysler Dodge Jeep, proud supporter of your Winnipeg Goldeyes. Visit us at pembinachrysler.com. Felix Sanchez right there will lead it off. He'll play in right field. Then Alonzo Harris, the center fielder, bats second. Jeremy Barnes, the third baseman, bats third. Then comes Big Joe Dunnigan, the left fielder, with 23 home runs this season. He bats fourth. Tony Caldwell hits fifth. John Talley, the first baseman, bats sixth. Steve Nicorak, the shortstop, bats seventh. Richard Arias, the second baseman, hits eighth. And Dwight Childs, who was just here with St. Paul, now he's with New Jersey, playing for a number of teams in this ballpark. He bats ninth, and he's the catcher. The Jackals starting lineup brought to you by Pembina Chrysler Dodge Jeep, proud supporter of your Winnipeg Goldeyes. Here's the first pitch of the ball game from Jackson, and it's a fly ball into the gap in left center field. Over quickly is Donnie Webb, and he makes the catch. Good effort by Donnie Webb. The game's opening pitch brought to you by Metro Center Limited for trailers, trailer parts, and accessories. Visit us at 620 Nairn Avenue. Kenny, 1 pitch and 1 out.
Yeah, great range and great read by Donnie Webb. That ball was hit pretty hard, nearly made it to the warning track, and we know with all the rain from last night, the outfield's a little bit damp, so interesting to see Webb was able to track that one down, got a good read off the bat, and tracked it down before it dropped.
Well, if you notice a couple of spots of the outfield, and I'm surprised how good this outfield looked. We had the Barbecue and Blues Festival here this weekend, both Saturday and Sunday. About 4,000 people through the gates on Saturday. Here's the first pitch to the number 2 hitter, Alonzo Harris. It's inside for ball 1. About 3,000 people on Sunday, so a lot of people walking on the outfield grass this weekend, but it has survived wonderfully, and kudos to Don Ferguson, the groundskeeper, for taking care of the field here. And a good job by the folks at MTS. Night Out Entertainment and MTS put it on with the True North people, and it was a tremendous effort, and congratulations to everybody for doing a great job with both the field and with the evenings at the ballpark.
And the infield got a little bit extra work here today from Mr. Ferguson and his crew. Lots of extra diamond dry out in that infield to try to get it ready for this evening's tilt.
Combination of concerts and rain. It's the pitch by Jackson. Swinging fouled off. As Alonzo Harris protects the plate, 1 ball and 2 strikes to Harris. He comes in hitting .295. He has 7 home runs, 47 runs driven in. Plays center field for this Jackals ball club.
Well, Scott, you and I have both been around long enough to know that any visit by the New Jersey Jackals will probably lead to some fans and members of the organization cringing from the early 2000 days. But those are some great series back in the old Northern League when the Northern League faced the Northeast League champions.
There's a swing, and no. The first base umpire, Art Thigpen, said no, Alonzo Harris didn't go around. Matt Jackson not very happy with that. 2 balls and 2 strikes to Harris. The umpire behind the plate tonight is Randy Wilms. At first base, as we told you, Art Thigpen. And at third base, Sam Birch. Different crew than worked the St. Paul series. Jackson's pitch, and there's a ground ball to Harther at first. He flips to Jackson, makes the play, and that's 2-way. Good play by both Casey Harther and Matt Jackson.
For Jackson, it's all about command. He's got to work ahead like most pitchers do, but he'll really have success when he gets the curveball going.
And Matt says there really isn't much more to his plan than that. He's just going to work ahead and try to stay ahead of hitters, and that's basically what he tries to do when he comes in here and works all sides of the plate. Does listen to Chris Salamita, a guy who Pitches up and down and both sides and changes speeds, works quickly.
Nice job there by Casey Harther to field it and led Jackson with that underhand flip for the second out of the inning.
The number 3 hitter, Jeremy Barnes. First pitch by Jackson. He's in there for strike one. Barnes hitting .253, but he's got some pop. He has 10 home runs and 33 driven in. Jeremy Barnes played for Camden last year in the Atlantic League. Played for the Jackals. Here's the pitch. There's a high fly ball from a mile in the air to left field. Donnie Webb tracks it, makes the catch. And that does it. 3 up and 3 down for Matt Jackson in the first. No runs, no hits, no errors. Nobody left on base. As you look at Matt Jackson leave the field, it's the New Jersey Jackals nothing. The Winnipeg Goldeyes coming to bat. This is Safeway Goldeyes baseball. Scott Taylor, Ken Wiebe, and Al Foster. Glad you could join us live on Shaw TV.
Tonight's game is brought to you by Safeway.
Welcome back to the ballpark. The Jackals starting defensive alignment. The boys out the carpet brought to you by A&R Carpet Barn. Visit one of our 2 locations at 50 Archibald Street and 655 Pembina Highway. Dwight Childs, who was just here last week with the St. Paul Saints, he was traded over the weekend in New Jersey, just changed clubhouses. Now he's with the Jackals, and he's back in Winnipeg. John Talley's at first base. Richard Arias is the second baseman. Steve Nicorak, the shortstop, and Jeremy Barnes starts at third base. Big Joe Dunnigan starts in left field. Alonzo Harris is in center, and Felix Sanchez starts the game in right. Anthony Ferrara, the lefty, is the starting pitcher. The New Jersey Jackals defensive alignment brought to you by A&R Carpet Barn. Visit ANRCarpetBarns.com. Your Jackal starting pitcher is brought to you by Lower Level Sports Cards at 189 Henderson Highway, right beside the subway. Visit us at lowerlevelsportscards.ca. Tell us about Anthony Ferrara, Tim.
Well, the left-hander, Scott, was once a 7th-round pick of the St. Louis Cardinals. There you see his numbers right there, 4-4, 4.71 earned run average. What we've been told was that he has a little bit of trouble with the right-handed hitters, so the Goldeyes righties will try to be feast on the left-hander today.
Jackal starting pitcher brought to you by Lower Level Sports Cards at 189 Henderson Highway. It's right beside the subway. Visit us at lowerlevelsportscards.ca. The Goldeyes starting lineup is brought to you by Pembina Chrysler Dodge Jeep, proud supporter of your Winnipeg Goldeyes. Visit us at pembinachrysler.com. Leading it off for the Goldeyes will be Brock Bond. He'll be followed by Jake Blackwood. That's the man you're looking at right now, Jake Blackwood, the number 2 hitter. Tyler Kuhn bats third. Casey Harther hits fourth. Reggie Abercrombie fifth. Donnie Webb bats sixth. Josh Mazzola seventh. Mazzola had 3 home runs yesterday. Luis Allen bats eighth, and Ryan Pineda will hit ninth in the lineup for the Goldeyes. The Goldeyes starting lineup brought to you by Pembina Chrysler Dodge Jeep, proud supporter of your Winnipeg Goldeyes. Visit us at pembinachrysler.com. So Ferrara gets set to face Brock Bond, who comes in red hot. The first pitch to Bond is outside for ball 1. Brock Bond has yet to hit a home run this year, but in the last 10 games, Bond is hitting .350. He's hitting .341 for the season. Pitch inside, 2 balls and no strikes from Ferrara.
Absolutely great pickup by the Goldeyes. Came in out of necessity and has ended up being just an outstanding man at the top of the order. Allowed Tyler Kuhn to move into the 3-hole and doing everything they asked of him.
The thing about him is that really impresses me is, boy, he gets on base. Doesn't care whether he walks or singles or doubles. Doesn't matter. Just get on.
Incredibly patient hitter. Done a real nice job in the field at second base. Formed
Sure
a real
has.
good double play combination up the middle for the Goldeyes.
Pitch right down the middle. Fastball at 86 from Ferrara.
On joining the Goldeyes out on that last swing out east. I think you met him right before playing the club in Trois-Rivières.
3 balls and 1 strike to Bond. Here's the pitch, and that's in there for strike 3-2. Bond thought it was a little bit high.
That's the one thing about Bond. He's not afraid to hit with 2 strikes, and that's what you really need out of your leadoff hitter.
3-2. Ferrara gets the sign from Dwight Childs. Here's the pitch. It's way outside for ball 4. So Bond, as Kenny told you, a patient hitter, worked the count to 3-2. Never took the bat off his shoulder. Walks on 6 pitches. Never even waves at one.
Very
So
patient.
Bond, the 340 hitter, with 17 runs batted in out of the leadoff spot, is at first base.
Ferrara making his 12th appearance of the year, Scott. It is his 11th start. for New Jersey, 57 1/3 innings, 62 hits, 30 earned runs. He has allowed 6 homers, 28 walks to go against 34 strikeouts.
So Bond's at first, nobody out. First pitch to Jake Blackwood is in there for strike one. Blackwood had a pair of home runs yesterday, and boy, has Jake Blackwood been hot. He has 9 homers and 34 driven in now. Remember when he was struggling around 220? He's hitting 305 now.
12-game hitting streak, I believe.
He's got a 12-game hitting streak, and he's hitting 488 in his last 10.
Sizzling.
There's a ground ball up the middle, and it gets through for a base hit. Bond round second. He's going to head to third. There will be a play at third base. There's a throw, and he is dead to rights. On to second base goes Jake Blackwood, who's heads up all the way. It'll be a single, and out on the throw is Brock Bond at third.
Here's another look, Scotty. Good piece of hitting by Blackwood, driving it into the center field. And Alonzo Harris unloads a perfect throw. Brock Bond comes in hard against the third baseman, trying to maybe see if he can jam the ball out. Jeremy Barnes hangs onto it for the out.
First hit of the game brought to you by the University of Winnipeg. Goldeyes' first hit in every game is brought to you by the U of W. This year, the Goldeyes leading hitter will win the Tear the Cover Off the Ball trophy presented by the U of W. Current leader, Casey Harther, batting .370, but the guy stepping into the batter's box right now, Tyler Kuhn, is hitting .360. We could have a great battle down the stretch for the Tear the Cover Off the Ball trophy.
No question about that, Scott.
So one away and a man on second. Blackwood heads up all the way. He just flew into second base on the throw to third. Bond thrown out at third base. Here comes Kuhn with the runner in scoring position, and no score.
That ball was just hit so hard that didn't really give Bond much of an opportunity to go first to third.
First pitch low and outside for ball one. Tyler Kuhn has 4 home runs. He's driven in 43. He drove in a lot out of the leadoff spot with this ball club. Kuhn's hitting 400 in his last 10 and 444 in his last 5. One ball and no strikes. Here's the pitch. That's low. 2-0.
Yeah, not a lot of guys struggling in the Goldeyes lineup yesterday as 10 different players collected hits in that 14-0 drubbing of the Sioux Falls Canaries. 14
runs on 18 hits yesterday. Pitch to Kuhn is way outside. 3 balls and no strikes. So Ferreira battling with his command a little bit here in the first inning. How many times have we seen that with pitchers, not just guys coming off the road, but the Goldeyes as well? That first couple of innings, working to get your command, and then you get better and better as the game goes along. There's a pitch low, misses Kuhn, draws a 4-pitch walk. And here comes Casey Harther with runners in first and second and 1 out.
Mentioned the walks this year, Scott. That's been sort of the undoing for Mr. Ferreira so far. 30 walks on the year. And just the 34 strikeouts. That's just not a very good walk to strikeout ratio for a guy who is in your starting rotation.
Here's your cleanup hitter, Casey Harther. Tonight's cleanup hitter brought to you by Multi-Material Stewardship Manitoba. The pitch by Ferrara is way inside. More than half of all household garbage can be recycled. Recycling is easy and convenient. We all win with recycling. For more information, visit simplyrecycling.ca. Pitch to Harther, fouled off the screen. 1-1 the count. Casey Harther hitting .373. He has 11 home runs, 61 runs driven in.
That leads the team. Although his average has dipped, he has taken over the RBI lead from Reggie Abercrombie.
Quite a battle between the 4th and 5th hitters in this lineup, and there's a line shot of the center field. Held at third base is Blackwood. Throw comes into the plate from the center fielder Alonzo Harris. And now the Goldeyes have the bases loaded. Hit just a little bit too hard, and Harris was playing Harther in just about the perfect spot.
Yeah, good piece of hitting by Harther, but as you mentioned, picking it up on one hop, it's not deep enough to try to think about sending the runner there, especially when you've already had a guy thrown out on the bases by Mr. Harris. Wise play by Rick Forney to hold him up at third. Give Reggie Abercrombie a chance to perhaps drive him in.
Remember when Reggie was scuffling along at 240, 236?
It was in the 30s, yeah. Raised his average
He's at 283.
significantly. Yeah,
He's
nothing
16
like
home runs.
only 60-point average. It's 50-point raise.
Swing and a miss. The off-speed pitch fooled Reggie. He knows he got fooled. Talking to himself. "60 runs batted in." One strike to Reggie Abercrombie. Here's Ferrara's pitch. That's on the corner. 0-2. Reggie didn't like it. Good movement with that one. Reggie gives it the back flip.
Good
I don't
flip.
think Randy Wilms will like that at all, and he has said so.
Yes, indeed. There were some words exchanged. Reggie Abercrombie had that great quote to me last week. He said, "I've always been a free swinger, or just a little bit too free at the start of the year."
There's a shot the other way, a one-hopper. Tally's only play is to first base to get Abercrombie. Coming home to score is Jake Blackwood. And it'll be an RBI ground out by Reggie Abercrombie. It'll go 3 unassisted on the putout, but Reggie gets an RBI. Jake Blackwood scores, and the Goldeyes lead it 1-0.
And just like that, frustrated Abercrombie does a nice job of protecting the plate and moves right back into a tie for the RBI lead with Casey Arthur at 61.
So a battle between Arthur and Abercrombie for that lead. Now it's 61 apiece. Here comes Donnie Webb. Hit 299, 10 homers, 48 driven in. Webb yesterday in Sioux Falls went 2 for 3, scored a couple of runs and drove one in. First pitch is in there for strike one.
And Donnie Webb's another one of those guys who was a real good off-season addition by Rick Forney and the Goldeyes. Come in and really did a nice job, both corner outfield positions.
Pitch by Ferrara in the dirt. Good job by Childs to knock that one down.
Webb hitting almost 300, really been effective in the stolen base department. Plays some good defense as well. Earned his first professional All-Star appearance this year.
Donnie Webb stole 31 bases this year. It's second in the league to Brian Sabatella from Kansas City.
And also double-digit homers with 10 on the year.
One fouled off at the plate. Count goes to a ball and 2 strikes to Webb.
And also giving the Goldeyes the 2 switch hitters, something we haven't seen in their lineup for some time at least.
So a ball and 2 strikes to Webb. Arthur at second, Kuhn at third. Here's Ferrara's pitch, and there's a shot into the gap. Will it get down? It will not. It's caught, and a good job coming across from right field is Felix Sanchez to get Donnie Webb's fly ball and end the inning. But the Goldeyes get a run, 1 run on a couple of hits. There were no errors and 2 left. A couple of walks caused some trouble for Ferrara, but he gets out of the inning without too much damage. It's Winnipeg 1, New Jersey 0. We'll come back with the second inning. Safeway Goldeyes Baseball live on Shaw TV.
Tonight's game is brought to you by Safeway.
Join the movement to kick cancer. 5 simple things can reduce your risk of cancer up to 50%. Choose a balanced diet with plenty of fruits and vegetables. Get active to maintain a healthy body weight. Avoid tobacco and secondhand smoke. Protect yourself from UV rays. Follow cancer screening guidelines. See your doctor for regular checkups. Take the pledge to reduce your risk of cancer. Join the movement at kickcancer.ca.
An initiative of Cancer Care Manitoba Foundation, supported by Safeway.
Welcome back to the ballpark. 1 inning in the books. Goldeyes lead at 1-0.
Well, hello.
Fans love it, and hello to you too. The picnic area full tonight, as it often is. Still a great, best place in town to watch a ball game, watch any sporting event, is the patio deck here at Shaw Park. Matt Jackson works into his second inning. He'll face the big guy, Joe Dunnigan. It's not that he's a great contact hitter. He's hitting only 247, but he has 23 home runs.
That leads the Can-Am League.
And 65 driven in.
good for third in the RBI department for Mr. Dunnigan.
So Joe Dunnigan, no relation to Matt Dunnigan. And tonight's cleanup hitter is brought to you by Multi-Material Stewardship of Manitoba. More than half of all household garbage can be recycled. Recycling is easy and convenient. We all win with recycling. For more information, visit simplyrecycle.ca. First pitch to Dunnigan is at the knees for strike one.
Pardon me, Scott. Dunnigan 4th in the Can-Am League in RBI. Solid season for him so far.
There is a high fly ball, a mile in the air. Reggie Abercrombie comes over and makes the catch. We have a pancake batter tonight, and they refused to use the cleanup hitter, even though he struck out 125 times this year already.
Well, it's the home runs, though.
It's the home runs.
Leery of the home
But the
run.
thought amongst the folks in the press box was, we make Joe Dunnigan the pancake batter, and he'll hit it in the river on us. So we're not going to do it. Dunnigan's the first out of the second inning. First pitch to Tony Caldwell. It's in there for strike one. Dunnigan just missed that fly ball. Hit it a long way, but a long way in the air, too. Pitch by Jackson. There's one chopped foul. Quickly, Matt Jackson gets ahead, 0-2.
Caldwell's from Winter Springs, Florida, Scott. Played at Auburn University. 24th round pick of the Florida, now Miami Marlins, back in 2011.
Pitch by Jackson, misses high. Tony Caldwell hitting .252. He has 2 homers and 24 driven in. Tonight's designated hitter for the New Jersey Jackals. 1-2 the count. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. No doubt about that one. Didn't even have to go down to our big pen at first base. Caldwell strikes out. First strikeout of the game for Matt Jackson. And quickly 2 out here in the second inning. It'll bring up John Talley, the first baseman.
Well, Jackson's doing a nice job. 5 up, 5 down. As we mentioned earlier, he's really been at his best when he's got that curveball going. When you get that curveball going on that downward plane, Jackson has looked very, very sharp.
So here's Talley. First pitch by Jackson, misses off the corner, ball 1. Talley hitting .259, 11 home runs, 48 driven in. There's a chopper to Brock Bond at second. He handles it, flips it to first, and that'll do it. 2 quick innings for Matt Jackson. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left. And Matt Jackson cruising through the first 6 batters he's faced. Winnipeg leads with 1-0. This is Safeway Goldeyes Baseball live on Shaw TV.
Tonight's game is brought to you by Safeway. The Lazy Boy Comfort Zones, located in the Winnipeg Free Press Sky Suite, is fully furnished with the latest Lazy Boy sofas, love seats, and recliners. The Winnipeg Goldeyes would like to thank Lazy Boy Furniture Galleries, located at 1425 Ellis Avenue, for their support. Lazy Boy Furniture Galleries. Comfort, it's what we do.
One in 4 deaths on Manitoba roads involves a distracted driver. Texting and driving is illegal and could cost you a $200 fine, 2 demerits, or your life. Please don't text and drive. A message from Manitoba Public Insurance and your Winnipeg Goldeyes. Anybody on their phones all the time. I'm getting bad like that. I finally got a smartphone. It's just a habit for me.
Gotta communicate, man. Gotta communicate.
For the Goldeyes, at the bottom of the second inning, it'll be Josh, 3 Taters, Mazzola, Luis Allen, and Ryan Pineda.
Spoke with Mazzola before the contest.
He didn't want to talk about hitting today, I think.
He wasn't really too eager about talking about the home runs. Just gave the old proverbial, just got a couple good pitches, tried to put the barrel on it. No surprise, hitter's very superstitious.
Although I have to tell you, you were there in the clubhouse when I was interviewing Jake Blackwood before the game, and he was quite happy to talk about the pitches he saw for the 2 he hit. Guys are different, right?
Yeah, it depends on the guy. Some guys a little more superstitious than others. It's been an interesting season for Mazzola. Average down a bit from what we're used to seeing from him, but the power numbers have been there throughout.
Certainly have. 12 home runs now. 54 driven in. There's a shot right at the shortstop, Nickera. First pitch he sees, he lines it. Right at Steve Nickera, the shortstop. First out of the inning, brings up Luis Allen.
Yeah, it's just a tough break. Mazzola hits some pretty hard. Just a little bit off the end of the bat. That gets a little bit more of the barrel. It probably finds its way into the outfield for a base hit. Instead, it's a lineup.
First out of the inning for Ferrar. He'll face Luis. Luis with 5 home runs, 46 driven in, hitting .287. Pitch by Ferrara is in there for a strike. 0-1 to Luis Allen. Yesterday in Sioux Falls, Luis went 1 for 3, scored a run. One of the 18 hits the Goldeyes pounded out against Sioux Falls. 1-1 the count to the Goldeyes catcher.
And we should mention too, Josh Mazzola has been battling through a groin injury. Not feeling quite 100%, but getting closer and closer. And this is usually the time of year that he really comes through with a lot of big hits. This is a guy who loves the big stage, and he's really come through for the Goldeyes down the last few years here.
Good curve ball from Ferrara, makes it 1-2 to Allen.
Jackals are red hot coming into this contest themselves. Got 5 consecutive victories.
Just swept St. Paul. Pitch in the dirt, good block by Dwight Childs.
It's been very odd to see the Saints unravel. Obviously, we saw him here during that sweep last week, but spoke with George Samus before the game, and he just said they haven't been getting enough clutch hits, and that's just been a carryover, and they've sort of been in a real nasty downward spiral here.
At any time this year, did you think they would lose 9 in a row?
No chance.
Not that team. There's a line shot right at the third baseman, Jeremy Barnes. He just reached up, and that one just snapped into his glove. 2 line drives, 2 outs here in this second inning. Here's Ryan Pineda. Barnes put the glove up. I bet he felt that one. You hear that snap into the glove. So Barnes with the second put out. Here comes Ryan Pineda. Pineda had a home run on the trip to Sioux Falls. He has 4 now this season. Pitch by Ferrara, misses outside. Jordan Guida had a home run yesterday.
He did, came on late. Knocked one right out of the park.
Ball and no strikes to the Goldeyes designated hitter tonight. Pitch misses outside, 2-0. Pineda hitting .271. He has 4 homers, 28 driven in. Yesterday in Sioux Falls, he went 1 for 5 and drove in a run. Pitch by Ferrara, just at the knees. There's Ryan Pineda's father in the ballpark tonight. We've had Gabe Aguilar's parents here last week for the St. Paul series. And Ryan Pineda's dad trying to will his son to hit it out of the park. Pitch low, inside, 2 balls and 1 strike to Pineda.
Pineda told me an interesting story last week, Scott, saying he actually was a guard in basketball and preferred the hardwood, but his coaches in high school told him that you could play junior varsity basketball or varsity baseball, and the choice was pretty much made for him.
3-2, the count goes full to Ryan Pineda.
And it's been a good decision for him to pursue a life on the diamond.
He's had an opportunity to play in the World Baseball Classic, albeit just the qualifying round, but he still got there. It's big stuff. There's one chop foul at the plate, 3-2 to Pineda. Ryan Pineda lives in Las Vegas. Played in Fargo last year. Just 11 games at .351 for the Red Hawks.
84 games, the Grand Prairie Air Hogs. Drafted by the Oakland Athletics.
3-2, the count to Ryan Pineda. Pitch by Ferrara's way inside. Pineda draws a walk. So Ryan Pineda will head to first base. A 2-up walk here in the second, and that'll bring up Brock Bond. What a perfect night for baseball. There is just a tiny breeze. Temperatures real comfortable. If you're just sitting at home, come on down to the park, have a bite to eat. Just a great night for baseball. So here's Bond. He walked, scored, was thrown out rather at third base on a beautiful throw from center field by Alonzo Harris. Quickly 0-1 to Brock Bond. Ferrara checks Pineda at first. Here's the pitch, and it's fouled onto the roof. Uh-oh, no, that's past the roof. I've got somebody's call. Uh-oh, better get Mako. Mako, collision repair and auto painting, Canada's Body Shop at 983 Wall Street.
Good thing Al brought his bike again.
Again, and he's got his great helmet here tonight. Looks good. Curveball is hit deep into right field. Will it be deep enough? It will. It'll go all the way to the sign for Robbins Donuts. Pineda will round third. He's going to score. It's a double for Bond. A run batted into the Goldeyes take a 2-0 lead. A little two-out magic for the Goldeyes as Brock Bond doubles off the wall. But a three-hopper off the Robbins Donuts sign. Pineda comes around to score. And the Goldeyes take a 2-0 advantage.
Well, just a good job of manufacturing and being patient.
Brock Bond bailed up on this one.
Absolutely. Bond hit it the opposite way, and it sails over the right fielder's head into the wall. Pineda hustling all the way from first, scores easily. And Bond gets himself a 2-out RBI double over the head of Felix Sanchez.
So here's the red-hot Jake Blackwood. First pitch is high for ball one with a runner in scoring position. This is something Rick Forney loves, getting a run with 2 outs. Guys not giving up at bats, not quitting. Pitch to Blackwood, low and inside. 2 balls and no strikes.
The Goldeyes have just been doing a great job of late of hitting mistakes. That's a prime example right there. That's a hanging curve. Brock Bond goes the other way and hits it with power. Haven't seen too many lefties lately. Haven't seen Bond hitting right-handed very often, but definitely drilled the ball the other way, all the way to the wall.
2-0 the count, and there's a line shot in the left field. Will it get down? It will not. Playing him perfectly was the left fielder Joe Dunnigan. He makes the catch. Blackwood hit it right on the nose, but right at Joe Dunnigan on the left, and that'll do it. The Goldeyes get a run on 1 hit. There were no errors and 1 left. We played 2 complete as you look at Anthony Ferrara of the New Jersey Jackals. It's Winnipeg 2, New Jersey nothing. Ferrara looks a little hurt. See what happens coming up in the next inning. Safeway Goldeyes baseball. There's downtown Winnipeg, and we're live on Shaw TV.
Tonight's game is brought to you by Safeway.
Hit it, boys. Do you guys think that Kermit's been acting a little weird lately?
That's ridiculous. He's never been more caring or devoted to me.
Yeah, that's what we're saying.
Ricky Gervais, Ty Burrell, and Tina Fey.
This is my cow. It is illegal now for its massive size.
Plus, so many Hollywood stars, it'll leave you wanting more.
Yeah, no more.
Over the years, my role has evolved into more than covering fashion shows and interviewing rock stars. I've been fortunate to meet, support, and promote so many talented people in our community. Not only those who excel as dancers, musicians, and painters, but those people who share their talents to benefit us all. It's refreshing, reaffirming, often humbling, all in one. And it is why I love what I do.
Scoreboard up the center field. The Goldeyes lead it 2-0, and you see the shortstop, Steve Nicorak, will lead it off here in this 3rd inning for New Jersey. That youngster waiting for a souvenir. The ball's coming here, right, Dad?
Jackson been so efficient so far, Scott. Just 17 pitches through 2 innings, 13 strikes, only 4 balls. Talk about getting ahead of hitters and throwing strikes. This is it right here.
First pitch to Nicorak is high and inside for ball 1. Steve Nicorak, Richard Arias, and Dwight Childs the three hitters that will face Matt Jackson for sure here in the third inning. Pitch by Jackson. It's a little flare out in the right field. Zola went the wrong way and came back in quickly and makes the play. Nicorette sawed off by Matt Jackson. That's the first out of this third inning.
Great
and
look.
It brings up the 8-hitter Richard Arias.
Great look at Mazzola right there. Sort of lost it in the sun or lights or neither. Just didn't see it real well off the bat, but was able to pick it up. Expressed a bit of frustration, but he made the play, so no big deal. Now he's having a laugh about it.
Well, it's with Reggie, his best buddy. I don't think they ever stop laughing. Here's Jackson's first pitch to Richard Arias. It's in there for strike one. If there's two guys who have fun playing baseball, it's Reggie Abercrombie and Josh Mazzola.
Yeah, no question. They walked in to the park today with Brock Bond.
Pitch fouled off onto the roof. 2 strikes quickly to Richard Arias. Arias hitting .256 with a home run and 21 driven in. The second baseman for manager Joe Calfa-Pietra. I think I got that right, Al Foster, did I not? Al's not listening. Calfa-Pietra, the manager
you got
of these New Jersey Jackals. There's a fly ball in the left field. Donnie Webb right there makes the catch. Calfa-Pietra. And his only other manager, his only other coach here is Ani Ramos, the assistant coach, as we have another look at this fly ball.
Looks like he just got it off the end of the bat. High pop fly, Donnie Webb positioned perfectly. The Jackals have been very aggressive early in counts so far, Scott, to their detriment so far, it appears.
It's Calfa-Pietra. Ani Ramos at first base. Ani Ramos was here in 2001 with New Jersey. There's a chopper foul. Calfa-Pietra makes the play. Dwight Childs, the number 9 hitter, was hitting .201 with St. Paul, so on the weekend they traded him to Jersey for a player to be named later. He's hitting .284 in his 2 games with the Jackals. Curveball high, 1 ball and 1 strike to Child. He drove in a run against St. Paul yesterday. Here's the pitch. It's a broken back ground ball. Picked up by Blackwood, fired the first. And they've got Child. That bat will never be used again. Let's have another look.
The real good pitch, jammed him inside. Nice play by Blackwood, throwing off his back foot on the money for the third out of the inning.
No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left. We've played 2.5 innings here in downtown Winnipeg. It's Winnipeg 2, New Jersey nothing. This is Safeway Goldeyes Baseball live on Shaw TV.
Tonight's game is brought to you by Safeway.
Ready for summer? If you have a cottage or cabin, Shaw Direct has your family's entertainment covered. Get Shaw Direct satellite TV for your home away from home and receive your first month free. 2 free movies plus a free HD PVR rental for 2 years. Got a cottage or cabin? Get Shaw Direct satellite TV today.
Oh, we're back. Kids loving every second. I think it was Tad. Chiropractors in Manitoba are passionate about the services they provide. Over the years, they develop health and wellness programs for the public that provide preventative approaches to avoiding pain and improving daily performance. One of those programs, Straighten Up Manitoba, which we do right here in the ballpark in the 4th inning, will help improve posture, stabilize core muscle groups, enhance health, and prevent problems with your spine. Complete the exercises when you have 3 minutes anytime during your day. It'll make you feel better. Message from the chiropractors in Manitoba. We go to the bottom of the 3rd inning. Goldeyes lead it 2-0. Everybody enjoying the park tonight. It is just a perfect night for a ball game. And the Goldeyes come into it with a record of 53-33. 20 games over 500. They are 500 for about the last 5 weeks because they were 34-14 at one stage. The New Jersey Jackals, 47-35. They have a 1-game lead in the Can-Am League, and Tyler Kuhn will lead it off for the Goldeyes. It'll be Kuhn, Arthur, and Abercrombie. First pitch by Ferrara is on the corner for strike one.
We should mention too, Scott, the Jackals have a great park. They play in Little Falls, New Jersey at Yogi Berra Stadium, also home of the Yogi Berra Museum and Learning Center.
Now you've been there.
I've been there several times.
It's at Montclair State University, correct?
Indeed. It is a very cool place, and the museum itself is full of unbelievable artifacts and memorabilia. As you know, as someone who likes collecting and things of that nature, Scott, you would absolutely love it. I was there for both years the Goldeyes played the Jackals in those Northern League Championship finals, and also went a couple years ago to check it out when the Jets were out playing the New Jersey Devils. Had a real fun day out there, and actually Yogi was there giving a tour to a local high school. His granddaughter used to write for hockey for ESPN, the magazine, Lindsay Berra. Went down there with her and got to meet Yogi again. It was a real treat. Met him one other time with Hal Lanier. Also when the Northern League All-Star game was out there. Obviously Berra was Hal Lanier's bench coach with the Houston Astros, so they had a great relationship, and caught up with Yogi a couple years ago, and he asked how Hal was doing, and he's a real good baseball guy. Still loves the game, and he's been going to a lot of Yankee games this year. There's been so much talk about Derek Jeter's retirement, but just a real good play. If you're ever out in that area in New Jersey, it is an awesome place to check out the Yogi Berra Museum.
2 balls and 2 strikes to Tyler Kuhn. Here's Ferrara's pitch, and it's lined the other way, foul. Kuhn hit it hard, but out of play. 2-2 the count to Tyler Kuhn. We're getting into the football season. I've been talking to a lot of the players about their football teams. Tyler Kuhn from Louisville, Kentucky, madly in love with the Cincinnati Bengals.
What does he think of the Andy Dalton signing?
Well, I think he knows well enough. He's quite a football expert, and he knows that not all of that money is guaranteed. That's one thing about football. 17 million of 121 million is absolutely guaranteed. The rest is not. 3 balls and 2 strikes to Kuhn. There's a chopper to the first baseman, and it's a fair ball, and Kuhn is out. He thought it was foul. Tyler Kuhn standing it. He thought it was foul. Not so, according to Art Thigpen.
Yeah, he can't believe it. Tyler Kuhn's a guy who hustles all the time, so it was very odd to see him stay in the box right there.
I don't think we'll get a good look at it here.
This will be tough. Like a change-up. There you see, he's expecting that to be foul all the way. Never even left the batter's box.
First pitch to the cleanup hitter, Casey Arthur, is inside. 1 ball and no strikes to Arthur. Arthur has a single and was stranded at second base back in the first inning. 1 chop foul. Right off the mask of Dwight Childs, and that hurts.
Oh, Reggie Abercrombie wanted to make sure he was okay. Good pickup by the crowd, by the crowd mic. That's going to be uncomfortable for a while, that one.
Comes Becky Younger, the team trainer. That hurts.
Not much she can do about that one.
Not much she can do about that one. That's sorry. It's tough to be a catcher. Calfa Pietra is, was Becky laughing as she went back to the mound, or to the dugout? I think I caught a snicker. There's not much you can do. It deflected off an area that catchers often take it, and it just doesn't feel very good at all. 1 ball and 1 strike to Casey Arthur. Pitch by Ferrara. The big looping curveball is high. 2 balls and 1 strike to Arthur. Arthur came in hitting .373. Has a hit tonight. Ferrara's pitch misses outside. 3 balls and 1 strike to Arthur.
Just going back to Yogi Berra quickly, Scott. It's amazing when you stand beside him. You know, the guy's 5'7", and this is a guy that was the MVP in the majors, and he could hit the ball so well. Played multiple positions.
Casey Harther draws a walk. Well, was Dustin Pedroia not the MVP? 5'6"?
Oh, yeah. 19 years in the bigs for Yogi Berra.
That was the key. And all with the Yankees, correct?
Yep. No, Mets at the end. 1 year with the Mets.
Played 1 year with the Mets.
Only 4 games, though.
That was a year after he retired, wasn't it?
Looks like
he
it.
retired in '63 from the Yankees. Came back and played, what, 65 with the Mets?
Yeah.
For 4 games. Here's Reggie Abercrombie with a runner at first and 1 away. Abercrombie fouls it off the screen for strike 1.
3-time MVP.
Yeah, he was pretty good.
No question about that. Famous picture with Don Larson, pardon me, that perfect game in the World Series. That was really cool. When I was there, he had the glove and the catching gear from that
World Series perfect
occasion. That was pretty cool to see up close.
No balls and 1 strike to Reggie Abercrombie. Pitch by Ferrara, swing and a miss. Quickly, Ferrara gets ahead, 0-2. Reggie grounded out to first base, but drove in a run back in the first inning. Gave himself up to get Jake Blackwood across the plate for the first run of the ball game. Hartford first, 1 away. We're in the bottom of the third. Pitch by Ferrara is way inside. 1 ball and 2 strikes to Reggie.
Just finishing the thoughts on Berra. 358 home runs lifetime, 1,430 ribbies in 2,120 big league games. Missed out 2 years because of his military service as well.
2 balls and 2 strikes to Abercrombie. Yesterday, Abercrombie had 1 of those 18 Goldeye hits. He was 1 for 6, scored a run. He was up at 300 for a game or 2. Back down to 283. Pitch is just pushed right into the berm off the facing of the patio jack.
Just about ended up in someone's soup up there.
Just about. That might have hurt.
Line shot, high fastball. Good job of protecting the plate.
Reggie has a quick bat. 2-2 the count. Ferrara checks the runner. It's the pitch. It's way inside. 3-2. So Reggie was down 0-2 by protecting the plate, working the count. It's 3-2 now. And Ferrara has had his issues with command.
No question about that. Abercrombie, a big Ken Griffey Jr. fan, which most people around that 30 to 35 range are.
Protecting the plate again, just fouls it into the sweet area. Fan makes a catch on a double hop.
Yeah, I don't think he's going to get the prize on that. Nice job, but it did bounce. Good reaction time, nonetheless.
Well done. 3-2 the count. Ferrara goes to tally at first. It's the first of a 3-game series between the Goldeyes and the New Jersey Jackals. 7 o'clock start time tonight, 7 o'clock tomorrow, and 7 o'clock Wednesday. Then Sioux Falls comes to town on Thursday night. 3-2 the count, and the pitch is in the dirt for ball 4. So back-to-back walks allowed by Ferrara. Puts runners at first and second with 1 out and brings up Donnie Webb.
Real good at bat for Reggie Abercrombie, as you mentioned, Scott. Just good patience after falling behind. Now again, without the benefit of a hit, the Goldeyes have a bit of a rally going here with 1 down and Donnie Webb stepping in.
Webb 0 for 1, flied out to right field. Quite a good catch actually in right field by Felix Sanchez. Back in the first inning. There's a excuse me chopper foul. Webb came in hitting .299, 10 home runs, 48 driven in. Donnie Webb, Floridian, Tequesta, Florida, LS4. He played in Rockland last year. He hit .297 there in 97 games. Pitch is way outside. So he knows these Jackals pretty well. There will be 5 teams next year in the Can-Am League, 4 rather this year. But the Ottawa champions will be added next year. Pitches inside, 2 balls and 1 strike to Webb.
Have they unveiled their logo yet?
I haven't seen it.
Interesting name.
The new team in the American Association, the Joplin Blasters, have unveiled their logo. It looks pretty good. Got Route 66 on it. There's a line shot into right field, but right at Sanchez. He's going to go back to second base. Hartford gets back. Hit hard by Donnie Webb, but right at Felix Sanchez in right field.
Sanchez has been busy so far this year. Sanchez has been busy. A lot of balls either at him or over him so far. Another good example, some bad luck for Webb. He's had 2 hard-hit balls right at the right fielder, Felix Sanchez. Hartford has to hustle to get back to the bag and avoid getting doubled up.
So this year, with 4 teams in the Can-Am League and 12 in the American Association, we've got a 16-team balanced league. Outside ball 1. Next year, there will be 13 teams in the American Association and 5 in the Can-Am League, so you still have the balance of 18 ball clubs. 1 ball and no strikes to Mazzola. 2-0. Pitches outside. So the Ottawa champions coming into the Can-Am League next year, and the Joplin Blasters in Joplin, Missouri, right on the border with Arkansas.
Good to see Ottawa getting professional baseball
You
back.
like that ballpark, don't you?
I do.
2-0 to Mazzola, and it's a high fly ball hit a mile in the air. On comes the center fielder, Alonzo Harris, and he makes the catch, and that does it for the Goldeyes in the 3rd. No runs, no hits. There were a couple of walks, no errors, and 2 men left on base. 3 complete in the books. There you look at Anthony Ferrara, who's battled and kept the Goldeyes to 2 runs on 3 hits. It's Winnipeg 2, New Jersey nothing. This is Safeway Goldeyes Baseball live on Shaw TV.
Tonight's game is brought to you by Safeway.
First of all, just talk about Matt's start. Pretty good.
Yeah, so far so good. I mean, it's 3 pretty clean innings, throwing a lot of strikes early right now, using both sides of the plate. So hopefully we can get about 4 or 5 more of these out of him.
I know you didn't get any runs in that half of the inning, but some real patient at bats. You guys are making him throw a lot of pitches.
Yeah, we're working him a little bit, and it's important. You got to take your walks if the guy's going to allow it. It's just what you do after that. So hopefully we can keep putting him in those situations and come up with a few more timely hits.
Thanks for this, Rick.
All right, thanks.
Thank you to Al Foster. Thanks to Rick Forney. As he's absolutely right. Matt Jackson throwing nothing but strikes. There's a couple of guys that look like they're a little left over from the Barbecue and Blues Festival. Great weekend watching Colin James and Eddie Shaw, the saxophonist. A lot of talent here this weekend. The young guy is having a great time at the ballpark.
With the reverse eye block going.
I like the look. I do like the look, the reverse eye block.
Very interesting. Never seen that before.
Gotta get some.
The eye white.
Use it the next time we have an all-star game and have a media skills competition. So Matt Jackson goes back to the top of the order. He'll face Felix Sanchez, Alonzo Harris, and Jeremy Barnes. And that's all we'll say about that. 2-0 Goldeyes lead it. Sanchez 0 for 1. He flied out to left field in the 1st inning. Hit the first pitch of the ball game deep into the gap, but Donnie Webb got a real good jump on the ball, got over and made the catch. There's Jackson's pitch, and it's bunted. This will be a tough play. He'll beat it out. It's an infield single, a bunt single for Felix Sanchez. Pitch was up in his eyes.
Took everybody
Jackson
by
gives
surprise.
up his first hit of the game.
That took everybody by surprise with that one. I'll have a look at it here. Very interesting form. But not even a chance for a throw to be made by Brock Bond, even after fielding it cleanly with the bare hand.
So Felix Sanchez, who is playing in his 78th game of the season, he has 30 stolen bases. So there's a very good chance he's going to take off. He's been caught 9 times. Jackson checks the runner. Big lead for Sanchez. Here's the first pitch. It's low, ball one. Alonzo Harris, the hitter, he grounded out to Casey Harther. Harther had to make a good play on the ball, flipped it to Matt Jackson to get the out. Harris has tremendous speed as well. Two speedsters at the top of this order, Sanchez and Harris. There goes the runner. Nope, he stops, pitches high. 2 balls and no strikes to Alonzo Harris. A bunt single to start this inning for Felix Sanchez. Jackson checks the runner. Here's the pitch. It's fouled off. Onto the roof. 2 balls and 1 strike. Alonzo Harris comes in hitting .295, 7 homers, 47 driven in. Got a tremendous arm out in center field. Made a great throw to get Brock Bond. Has made a couple of throws to the plate tonight. Throws it hard from center field. Jackson, for good reason, a little nervous about Sanchez at first.
Goldeyes team ERA now at 383, which is good for second in the American Association. Done a real nice job as a staff this year. Goldeyes had some news also today as Nick Hernandez claimed his second point streak American Association pitcher of the week honors after going 2-0 with a 2.40 ERA last week.
Nick's 10-2 now.
Pretty impressive considering his first 3 outings.
There goes the runner. Here's the throw by Luis Allen. A throw on the bag might have got him. Luis threw it hard, but it kind of got away from him. Stolen base for Sanchez, his 31st of the year. The pitch was in there for a strike. It's 2-2.
Great jump right here. Sanchez. Had a good read. He really measured him earlier in the count. Took an interesting slide.
Had to get around that throw.
Never left the bag. You wouldn't, even a throw on the money doesn't get him there. Good hustle. Real fast base runner, obviously.
2-2 the count to Alonzo Harris. Jackson kicks, delivers. Swinging foul. Oh, no, he missed it completely. That'll put runners on the corners. It'll be a strikeout for Jackson. And a wild pitch. Strikeout and a wild pitch. Puts Harris at first. On to third goes Sanchez. Now runners at the corners with nobody out. And those two guys can cause a lot of trouble at the top of the order.
Oh, no question. That's just a tough break for Matt Jackson. The Goldeyes gets the strikeout, but can't record the actual out.
Second strikeout of the game for Jackson. So runners on the corners with nobody out. And here comes the number 3 hitter, Jeremy Barnes.
Goldeyes infield's going to play back and try to play for 2 up the middle here. They'll concede the run on a ground ball.
There goes the runner. And Allen does not even make the throw. So on to second base goes Alonzo Harris. For Harris, that's stolen base number 31. So these two guys have 62 stolen bases at the top of the order.
A little bit of speed there, a little bit of speed.
I'd say. Now runners at second and third with nobody out. Here's the pitch, and it's a ground ball to the first baseman, Harther. He'll make the play. In to score comes Felix Sanchez. It'll be an RBI for Barnes. First out of the inning. On to third base goes Alonzo Harris.
Don't have to hit it that hard all the time to get yourself an RBI. You got to know your situation. Put the ball
same
in
thing
play
happened with
on the
Reggie
ground.
Abercrombie in the first
exactly.
as well.
Put the ball
the
in
same
play.
situation.
Right, but a pop-up in the infield, you don't get the RBI. You got to get the ball in play.
So here's Joe Dunnigan, the cleanup hitter. The runner at third and 1 out. And Brock Bond is basically playing in the outfield for Dunnigan. It's the first pitch by Jackson. Swing and a miss for strike 1.
Mentioned Jackson having a pretty good year, but that was his 8th wild pitch of the season. Leads the Goldeyes.
Jackson gets the sign, time is called. Dunnigan is 0 for 1. He flied out to center field in the second. The left-handed hitter has 23 home runs this season.
Round pick of the Seattle Mariners in 2007.
Pitches outside, 1 ball and 1 strike to Dunnigan.
Also chosen by the Montreal Expos in the 41st round of 2004 before heading to college to play for Oklahoma for 3 seasons.
Left-handed hitter has 65 runs batted in this season. Pitch by Jackson, swing and a miss. 1 ball and 2 strikes now to Dunnigan.
Good velocity on that fastball, really tied him up for that pitch on the inside part of the plate. Dunnigan taking his time getting back in the box as well. A bit frustrated by that swing and miss.
1 ball and 2 strikes to Joe Dunnigan. Jackson's pitch is hit foul down the third baseline. Dunnigan was late on that one.
Good hustle by
Good job of the ball boy.
Very good hustle.
Al Foster's been working hard with these kids.
It's been a very good season for Nick Hernandez. I did have a good chat with him today. He'll be my feature story in the Winnipeg Sun tomorrow.
1 and 2 to Dunnigan. Jackson gets a sign from Allen. Here's the pitch. There's a line shot into right field. It's a base hit and another RBI. Second hit of the inning, and we get a tie ball game as Dunnigan hits a solid single into right field. And Alonzo Harris, who struck out but got to first base on the wild pitch, comes in to score. These guys are professional hitters. It's tough to get 4 outs.
Yeah, and here's just a pitch that got too much of the plate right there. Dunnigan showing you why he took that extra time after swinging and missing at that fastball on the inside. Composed himself, got back in the box, and got himself an RBI single to tie this ball game.
And it's thrown away by Jackson. Dunnigan's going to be in scoring position. He might go to third. Yes, he will, all the way around to third base on the error to the pitcher. Jackson threw it away to Harther. And an error to the pitcher puts a runner at third.
2-base error. Jackson throws it away. Good hustle all the way, no doubt about it. Dunnigan going to third without a throw. Jackson showing some frustration, obviously. But again, you got to compose yourself out there. Now the Goldeyes are going to bring the infield in. Try to cut off that go-ahead run at the plate on any ball hit on the infield.
So the infield in on the grass at every position. Just 1 away. Now a runner at third. Here's Jackson's pitch. Misses low, ball 1. Matt Jackson had been 9 up, 9 out through the first 3. And then a bunt single by Sanchez, and then a strikeout and wild pitch. Put the 2 fastest men we've seen in a long time on the base paths. And there's a pop-up. Casey Harther and Brock Bond. Bond calls it. It's in foul territory. And there's the second out of the inning. So a foul out by Tony Caldwell for the second out, and that'll bring up John Talley.
Excellent job right there by Matt Jackson of bearing down, recognizing the situation, making an excellent pitch on the inside part of the plate, forcing Caldwell to pop it up. Brock Bond takes charge, hauls in the foul out for the second out of the inning.
So 2 away, and here comes Talley. He's 0 for 1. He grounded out to Bond back in the second inning. Jackson kicks, delivers. And there's a line shot up the middle, base hit. And a 3-2 ball game as New Jersey takes the lead with 3 runs here in the 4th. A solid single to center for Talley. And the Jackals have taken the lead.
Not a lot of holes in the Jackals lineup. Again, right there, Jackson makes the great pitch against Caldwell and just left one out over the plate on the first pitch to Talley, maybe expecting him to be taking, and Talley rips it up the middle to drive home the go-ahead run, and Jamie Vermillier goes out to talk to him. It was a rather short and one-sided conversation.
That was the settle down conversation.
Yep, no question about it.
So it's 3-2. New Jersey takes the lead here on the top of the fourth. They had not had a hit until this inning. First pitch by Jackson to the number 7 hitter, Steve Nicorak, is outside for ball 1.
And just heads-up baseball by Sanchez. Caught everybody in the ballpark by surprise with that unorthodox drag bunt at his chin level. Did a great job of getting it down. It really started the rally.
There's a shot into right field deep. Josh Mazzola's over to make the catch, and that'll do it. Mazzola was playing Nicorak perfectly. Got a good jump and made the catch. So 3 runs on 3 hits. There was an error, and 1 man was left on base. Tough inning for Matt Jackson. He had to get 4 outs. New Jersey takes a 3-2 lead. This is Safeway Goldeyes Baseball live on Shaw TV.
Tonight's game is brought to you by Safeway.
Well, good to have a bounce back inning.
Yeah, it was a good bounce back inning. Guys swung the bat a little bit. You know, we were shut down the first 3, but that's how we score. Sometimes we score in bunches, and it was a good one.
Now, at the top of the show, we just talked about the playoff race you guys are in. That's got to be a lot of fun, eh?
Yeah, it is. I mean, you know, coming out here, playing the quality of the teams that we're playing and being in the race, it's exciting, you know, and playing in the new stadiums with a lot of fans. Guys are excited about it, and looking forward to playing this series and getting home.
And fun to play interleague games too, isn't it, Joe?
Yeah, you know, we're in a 4-team league, so, you know, you're playing your teams a lot. You know, so when you're playing other teams, playing in other cities, it makes it interesting.
Good luck with your playoff run. Thanks for doing it.
Thank you very much.
Al Foster, Joe Calfapietra, the manager of the New Jersey Jackals. Kenny?
I think Al will have a chance to speak to them one more time before leaving town.
Wednesday night. We're back on Wednesday. Joe and Al will be best buddies by the time this series ends.
Managers are always happy to talk when good things happen in the half inning beforehand. And we appreciate them taking the time. Each and every game. We appreciate them taking the time.
We've talked about it. Managers in this league are tremendous. I love them all. Richard Arias is the second baseman. He had a little glove issue between innings, but he's fine now. Anthony Ferrara. Looks, yeah. Arias is good. Into lead it off for the Goldeyes is Luis Allen. First pitch to Luis is outside for ball 1. He lined out to the third baseman, Jeremy Barnes, back in the second inning, and he hit a rocket. Barnes made a real good catch. So Luis is 0 for 1 in the ball game. Pitch is in there. 1 ball and 1 strike to the man from San Francisco.
Allen having a solid year. Earlier this year, tied Phelan Lentini's franchise record for most doubles in his career at 123. Back on July 27th, has gone 18 games now without hitting one. And he'd love to have that record all to himself.
He would. And about now. 2 balls and 1 strike to Luis. And when I say San Francisco, I mean San Francisco, Venezuela. Two balls and 1 strike. 3-1 now to Luis. I guess our last player from San Francisco was Price Kendall.
Yeah, Kendall, a key member of that 2012 team that captured the American Association Championship.
3 balls and 1 strike to the Goldeyes catcher. There's a line shot into the corner in left field. It gets down. Rounding first is Allen, and he's going to break that record. Here's the throw. No, he's not. What a great throw from the corner by Joe Dunnigan. Boy, oh boy, what a tremendous throw by Dunnigan. Luis saw second base and looked like he had it when Dunnigan muffed the ball out in left field, but Dunnigan with a great throw.
Luis hustling all the way. Real nice job. Dunnigan slipped a bit, but he turned it nicely and makes a great throw to second to get Allen. Real
what a
good throw.
Tremendous throw by Dunnigan.
And we mentioned how wet it is out there. That's why his cleat caught right there. But still a perfect throw to second. Just gets Allen for the first out of the inning. It's a single and an 8-4. 7, pardon me.
Allen hit a rocket into the corner. Dunnigan slept and then turned quickly and made a tremendous throw to second base. Arias made the play. 1 ball and 1 strike to Ryan Pineda. Luis was dead with 10 more strides to go into second base. It was just a great throw. 1-1, the count to Pineda. Pitch is way outside. 2 balls and 1 strike.
And again, not like Allen was lollygagging. He was hustling all the way. Just a perfect throw by Joe Dunnigan. Having a big inning for himself. RBI and now a assist.
Well, you can pretty much see that the Goldeyes aren't going to try to fight this outfield arms because the man in center and the man in left both have guns. Alonzo Harris and Joe Dunnigan. 3-1, the count to Ryan Pineda. And there's a pop-up. Wandering in on it is the right fielder Felix Sanchez. He makes the catch. Second out of the inning. It'll bring up Brock Bond as we go back to the top of the order. Bond is 1 for 1 today. He walked. Was thrown out by the center fielder, Alonzo Harris, as he tried to go to third base. And then he doubled back in the second inning and drove in a run. So a good start for Bond, who's hitting .341 coming in. Ferreira's first pitch is in there for a strike.
It's interesting. Ferreira seems to have been buoyed by his team's offensive explosion. He looks a little bit more comfortable here in this inning. 2 quick outs, even though he did give up the hard hit single to Luis Allen.
1-1 to Brock Bond, St. Louis, Missouri. Big St. Louis Rams fan.
Loves the Blues and the Cardinals too.
Pitch is way outside. 2 balls and 1 strike to Bond. Played high A in San Jose last year. .28 years old, Brock Bond. Here's the pitch. There's a shot down the third baseline, foul. Al Foster's ball boy didn't handle that one very well.
What? My ball boy.
Al, before every game, working hard with those ball boys. Had John McClure out working today.
Yes, I did.
Cameraman John McClure. He'll have him as one of the better ball boys in the park before it's over. 2-2, the count to Brock Bond. Off-speed pitch drilled into right center field for a solid single. That was a hanging curveball, and Bond just deposited it into right center for a second hit of the ballgame. 2 hits for Bond, 5th hit of the game for the Goldeyes, and it'll bring up Jake Blackwood.
Professional hitter is what they would say beside his picture in the scouting report.
No question about it. He's just professional all around. I'm really impressed with Bond, Blackwood, Kuhn, this whole team that Rick Forney and Tom Vaith have put together. Pitch by Ferrara is high, ball 1.
Yeah, one thing Rick Forney has said throughout the course of the season, the players have backed it right up. This is a group that really enjoys playing together. They love each other. They love coming to the ballpark. And you can tell just in the way they conduct themselves.
Pitch is low and inside. 2 balls and no strikes to Blackwood. Blackwood is 1 for 2. He singled in the first and scored a run and lined out to left fielder Joe Dunnigan back in the second. Hit it hard, but right at Dunnigan. Bond at first, 2-away. Ferrara's pitch, and there's a fly ball into right field. Felix Sanchez wanders under it, makes the catch. And that does it for the Goldeyes in the 4th. No runs, 2 hits, no errors, 1 left. We'll go to the 5th. The New Jersey Jackals behind Anthony Ferrara. He's been battling Throwing a lot of pitches, but he's getting the job done. It's New Jersey 3, Winnipeg 2. There you look at downtown from our center field camera. It's Safeway Goldeyes Baseball. Scott Taylor, Ken Reeve, and Al Foster. Glad you could join us here on Shaw TV.
Tonight's game is brought to you by Safeway. Goldeyes Home Run Gang membership. For more information, call 982-BASE.
Welcome back to Shaw Park. Nice crowd tonight.
Hey, Scott and Ken, just before we get to the top of the 5th inning, we always, of course, want to remind our fans that we are on social media. We're all over it here on Shaw TV. Just find us on Shaw TV Winnipeg on both Facebook and Twitter. And speaking of Twitter, got some tweets here from Shooter Shane out in Fox Creek, Alberta. Shooter Shane is watching on his new Shaw Direct dish, and he says he's watching from the Alberta Alberta oil field. Hashtag jealous of Indy Ball, and he also put hashtag remember the Thunder Bay Whiskey Jacks.
Hard to forget them.
Hey?
Toughest press box I ever had to climb into.
Anyhow, Shooter Shane out in Alberta watching our game on the dish tonight.
Shout out. Shout out to Shooter Shane. Kids having fun at the park.
I never did make it out to Thunder Bay.
Little Louise.
For baseball, that is.
So for the Jackals here in the 5th inning, it'll be Richard Arias, Dwight Childs, and then back to the top of the order, and Felix Sanchez. Arias 0 for 1. Flied out to Donnie Webb to be the second out of that 3rd inning, number 8 hitter. It's a high fly ball foul. No balls and 1 strike to Arias.
And Scott and Ken, I've got one more thing to share with you after that interview with New Jersey's manager. The Jackals have the most fun dugout in the league. What a group of characters.
Not a lot of televised games out in New Jersey for the Jackals.
No, they were having a good time with us.
Here's Jackson's pitch to Arias, and there's a line drive. That should get down. Overcoming quickly is, and Reggie almost made the catch. Donnie Webb was behind him to cover up, gets it back into the infield quickly, and Arias will remain at first base for a single, and Reggie looks like he could be hurt. He probably took that a bit on he's just making sure that he's set up.
Real good hustle by Abercrombie. I think he got his glove on it. You're going to have a look at the replay, but it looked like after his diving attempt, he got something on it. Might have been his glove, might have been his hand. Oh, it looks like it hit
maybe his wrist.
Hit his wrist, maybe. The dive went a little bit further maybe than he suspected. Almost comes up with it. A great hustle by Webb to cover up in order to hold that to a single instead of an extra base hit.
So here's Dwight Childs, the number 9 hitter. Childs bunts, gets it to Casey Harther. He'll flip it to Brock Bond, and the bunt is successful. It's a sacrifice for Dwight Childs. On to second goes Arias. Sacrifice bunt, 3-4. First out of the inning. Runner at second base now with 1 out. Here comes Felix Sanchez.
That's just real good execution right there by the Jackals. Get him on, move him over. Now we'll see if they can get him in after they turn over the batting order to the leadoff man, Felix Sanchez, who got things going by breaking up the no-hitter.
A bunt single back in the 4th. He scored the first run of the game for New Jersey. Here's the pitch by Jackson. Swing and a miss, strike 1. This New Jersey team coming off a sweep of the St. Paul Saints in St. Paul. Jackson checks the runner. Here's the pitch. It's on the corner for a strike. 87-mile-an-hour fastball from Matt Jackson. 0-2 the count to Felix Sanchez.
Does have 20 RBIs out of that leadoff spot, Scott.
Played in Salem and Greenville last year. Jackson gets the sign. Allen sets up outside. Pitch from Jackson's chop foul. Still two strikes to Sanchez.
non-drafted free agent of the Chicago White Sox.
And Luis Allen is going to go out and have a chat with Matt Jackson, go through the signs. Something that one of them doesn't like. Richard Arias is at second base. He's single. Went second on the sacrifice bunt by Dwight Childs. And for those who were at the series last week with St. Paul, yes, it's the same Dwight Childs who caught for the St. Paul Saints. Traded on the weekend, played 2 games for the Jackals, drove in a run on Sunday. 0-2 the count for Felix Sanchez. Jackson delivers. Off-speed pitch, 1 hop. Handled nicely by Luis Allen.
Sanchez born and resides in New York, New York. Salvador Sanchez by birth. Nickname of Felix.
Pitch is just missed inside.
My apologies. That'll be
Salvador Sanchez, the pitcher.
Yes,
in this
indeed.
club.
Wrong sheet.
Here's the pitch by Jackson. That misses. And the count goes full now to the leadoff hitter, Felix Sanchez. Switch hitting right fielder.
Santo Domingo, Dominican Republic.
Salvador Sanchez is from New York.
Felix Sanchez.
Now we got it. Arias with a good lead at second base. 3-2, the count to Sanchez. Swing, a foul off the screen. 3-2 the count. Goldeyes and the New Jersey Jackals go at it again tomorrow, 7 o'clock right here at Shaw Park. Then on Wednesday, they do it again at 7. Sioux Falls comes to town Thursday at 7. They play Friday at 7, Saturday at 6, and Sunday afternoon at 1:30. 7 straight games here at the ballpark. 3-2, the count to Sanchez. The pitch, line foul. Three balls and 2 strikes now. As Sanchez stays alive, fouls a couple off. He's battling against Jackson, as New Jersey has a runner in scoring position. Jackson working slowly with men on base. Here's the pitch. There's a fly ball hit out into left field. Donnie Webb comes over, makes the catch. Second out of the inning, and here comes Alonzo Harris.
Real good battle there by Felix Sanchez, but Jackson wins the battle by making a good pitch and inducing the lazy pop to left field.
Alonzo Harris is 0 for 2, but he has a run scored. He grounded out to first base back in the first inning and then struck out in the fourth, but on a wild pitch, ended up beating the throw to first base and eventually came around to score. In the inning when Matt Jackson had to get 4 outs to get out of it because of that wild pitch. Pitch by Jackson. There's a line shot into the corner in left field, foul. Hit hard, but about 2 feet foul. And it's just a loud strike, 0-1 to Alonzo Harris. Alonzo Harris played with Binghamton last year. 25 years old, 5'11", 175 pounds. Solid center fielder with a great arm. Here's a pitch, and it's a little soft line drive, but Brock Bond will get there. Didn't hit hard enough, and Bond was able to come over from the position he plays pretty much straight away up the middle against right-handed hitters and was able to make the catch. So no runs on a hit, no errors, 1 man left. Matt Jackson is through 5. The Goldeyes will come to bat in the bottom of the 5th. It's New Jersey 3, Winnipeg 2. This is Safeway Goldeyes Baseball live on Shaw TV.
Tonight's game is brought to you by Safeway.
To sports, we all like to watch the Jets and Blue Bombers, but there are many of you who also like to follow university, high school, even semi-pro sports. From high school volleyball and basketball championships, Bison athletics, even Goldeyes baseball, we're happy to bring you the best and most comprehensive sports coverage at the community level. Why? Because we know it matters to you.
Art. Pure and simple.
Welcome back to the park. Great night in downtown Winnipeg. Boy, is it a great night for baseball. There is barely a breeze, but it's not hot tonight. It's nice temperature. And we should get this kind of weather all week, although we will be fighting with rain apparently. 30% chance tomorrow, 60% chance on Wednesday. So for the Goldeyes in the bottom of the fifth inning, it'll be the middle of the order. Tyler Kuhn, the number 3 hitter, followed by Casey Harther and then Reggie Abercrombie, as the Goldeyes took a 2-0 lead, but now find they have to battle back from a 3-2 deficit. Goldeyes, the Jackals, 3 runs on 4 hits and no errors. The Goldeyes, 2 runs on 5 hits, 1 error. The error, Matt Jackson.
Threw the ball away on
the ball away at first base, and Joe
10.
Dunnigan went all the way to third and scored on a single by John Talley.
The former Red Hawk, John Talley.
Quickly 1 ball and no strike to Tyler Kuhn. There's one right down the middle, 1-1. Tyler Kuhn in this ball game, 0 for 1. He walked back in the first, grounded out to first base in the third on a ball that he thought was a foot foul. So did we, actually. Pitch is on the corner. 1 ball and 2 strikes to Kuhn. Art Thigpen did not think it was foul, and that's all that matters. 1-2, the count to Tyler Kuhn. Pitch by Ferreira, and there's a little soft fly ball in the left field. Joe Dunnigan will have no problem with it. And Kuhn flies out to open the 5th inning. So 1 away, it'll bring up Casey Harther.
Mentioned earlier, Scott, a 7th round pick of the St. Louis Cardinals back in 2008. Anthony Ferreira, the left-hander, started this year in Springfield of Double-A in the Texas League. 2-1, 4.80 earned run average, 17 relief appearances.
Ferreira delivers to Harther inside for ball 1.
Parts of 7 seasons in the Cardinals organization, reaching Double-A.
Another pitch inside. 2 balls and no strikes now to Harther. Casey Harther has a single and a walk in this ball game, 1 for 1. There's one hit the other way. Will it get down in fair territory? It will. And it's mishandled by Felix Sanchez, so Harther will go on to second base. We'll see if it's a double or a single and an error. Steve Eitzen, the official scorer. And he'll give Casey Harther a double. So Harther 2 for 2 in this ball game.
Just a bad route. I don't think you can give an error on that. I think that's probably the right call there. Harther with the double. Not a very good route in right field for Felix Sanchez, who has looked pretty good in right field so far tonight.
So here comes Reggie. He has a run batted into the ball game, 0 for 1. He's walked, grounded out, but his ground out scored Jake Blackwood from third. He's got a runner in scoring position here. A swing and a miss. 75-mile-per-hour change from Ferrara. There you look at Matt Jackson and Luis Allen and Tyler Kuhn. Goldeyes' 6th hit of the ball game. 2nd hit of the night for Harther. He's been on second base 3 times in tonight's game. Has not scored. Abercrombie digs in. There's the pitch. And there's a one hopper. Kind of mishandled. Abercrombie down the line. He is safe. You can't mishandle the ball at shortstop against Reggie. He just has too much speed. We'll see what Eitzen calls here. Should be an error. And it is. It's an error to the shortstop.
Hard hit ball, Scott, but right at him. That's a one-hopper. Nice job of keeping it in front of him, but Abercrombie beats the throw by Nicorak.
Reggie just has too much speed. Nicorak did everything right under the circumstances, but Reggie too quick. So runners at first and second with one out, and here's Donnie Webb. Webb's 0 for 2. First pitch is a line shot, base hit in the left field. Arthur will be held at third base. They aren't going to battle Joe Dunnigan's arm. He just flips it to the plate. A one-hop strike to Dwight Childs, and he just flipped it from left field.
Great rip.
Joe Dunnigan. Look at the arms on Dunnigan. Here's the pitch by Ferrara.
Webb ran into some bad luck. His first 2 at-bats hit the ball really hard in both occasions, but line outs both times. This time he comes up with a solid single to load the bases. Bringing up Josh Mazzola, who had that 3-homer game yesterday against Sioux Falls.
So Mazzola steps in. He's 0 for 2. He lined out to the shortstop in the second and then flied to center in the third. Just got under one in that fly out to center. Pitch by Ferrara, high and outside, ball 1. No place for Ferrara to put Mazzola. 1 away, bases loaded.
Mazzola hitting .293 against lefties coming into the contest.
Pitch is in there, the off-speed pitch, the change at 76. 1 ball and 1 strike to Josh Mazzola. Mazzola yesterday, just a tremendous line. 4 for 5, 4 runs scored and 6 driven in. Huge game for Mazzola. Ball came loose out of the New Jersey Jackals bullpen.
Mazzola this year, Scott, hitting .300 with the bases loaded in 10 at-bats with 1 home run. That being a grand slam, obviously, and 8 driven in.
1-1 the count to Mazzola. That pitch is in there. Again, 76-mile-an-hour change. 1-2. Ryan Fennell, a 6'5", 220-pounder, who's just 24 years old. It's spelt Fennell. We would remember Fennell in Canada for that Dave Fennell, the great defensive lineman for Edmonton. But I was told today that it's pronounced Fennell by Michael Cohen, the play-by-play radio man of the New Jersey Jackals.
Fennell was a member of those the dynasty teams with the Edmonton Eskimos.
Tommy Wilkinson at quarterback. 2-2 the count to Mazzola, and there's a long fly ball into left field. Dunnigan's getting over. He makes the catch. That'll tie the ball game. Arthur tags and scores. So Mazzola hit it hard, a fly out. Dunnigan, very, very good defensive player, makes the catch. But on to score comes Casey Arthur.
Real good at bat here from Mazzola. It's a curveball on the inside. Mazzola does a great job to get the barrel of the bat to the ball in that situation, allowing Arthur to score easily from third on the sacrifice fly. But a real good job of shortening up and coming through with a big RBI for Mazzola that ties the ball game.
So a sacrifice fly for Josh Mazzola. The game's 3-3. And here comes Luis Allen with runners at first and second. 2 away now. Big curveball, high and outside. 1 ball and no strikes to Luis. Luis has a single, which looked like a double, but Joe Dunnigan threw a dart from left field to get Allen at second base, trying to stretch the single into a double. That was back in the 4th inning. He lined hard to the third baseman in the second, so Luis has hit it hard twice tonight. Ferrara checks Abercrombie at second. Here's the pitch. High and outside. 2 balls and no strikes to Luis.
Another productive season for Allen. Came into the game hitting .287, 5 homers, 46 driven in. Another real solid year behind the plate and doing a nice job at the plate as well. He's been hit throughout the order, hit cleanup for a while. Now he's hitting in that 8th spot.
Webb at first, Abercrombie at second. Here's the pitch. That's right down the middle. 2 balls and 1 strike to Luis.
As Luis Allen has said on many occasions, he doesn't care where he hits as long as he's in the batting order.
And he does not want to talk about hitting. He says he'll talk about anything else. He's not talking about hitting. I think it's this jinx thing. Here's the pitch to Luis. And there's a line shot, solid single. Reggie Abercrombie will score. Donnie Webb will go around to third base, and a great throw by Sanchez. But it's a base hit, an RBI, and the Goldeyes take a 4-3 lead. Luis Allen's second hit of the night, and the Goldeyes' second run of this inning, and Winnipeg leads at 4-3. All the way to third goes Webb, so here comes Ryan Pineda with another opportunity to drive in a run. Eighth hit of the ball game for the Goldeyes, second hit of the night for Allen, and he has hit the ball on a line hard 3 times. And here comes Joe Calfa-Pietra, the manager of these New Jersey Jackals. He has Ryan Fennell up throwing. Fennell's a rookie, and that's the end for Anthony Ferrara. He threw a lot of pitches, and we have a brand new pitcher. It'll be the 6'5", 220-pound, 24-year-old rookie Ryan Fennell. Tell us about Fennell.
Good piece of hitting right there first, Scott. Luis Allen going the other way, driving in the go-ahead run. Good hustle, allowing Webb to get to third base as the Goldeyes take the lead.
Here's Calfa-Pietra, makes the big move to bring Fennell into the ball game.
Here we go, Fennell, Scott, 28th appearance of the season. 42 innings pitched, 23 hits, 8 earned runs allowed, 33 walks, 44 strikeouts. He's 1-0 with a tidy 1.71 earned run average. Pretty good numbers for a rookie.
Great numbers for a youngster. Just 24. So Fennell will come in to face Ryan Pineda.
Canisius College. The right-hander.
I've been to Canisius.
Spent last season with 3 teams, the Kansas City T-Bones, New Jersey Jackals, and the Newark Bears.
In the
Atlantic, or no, last year they
were in the Can-Am League.
They were.
And there was a dispersal draft of the Bears at the end of the year when the team folded.
Sad to see. That was one of the landmark franchises in independent baseball for a long, long time. Had a good chat about the Newark Bears during the Stanley Cup playoffs with Jim Cerny, former voice of the New Jersey Jackals and of the Newark Bears. He was the play-by-play man for the Bears when Ricky Henderson played for them back in the day.
Ryan Fennell lives in Pittsford, New York. Played basketball once at Canisius College in Buffalo, New York.
There you go.
1970. That was a while ago. So here's Ryan Pineda to face Ryan Fennell. So the two Ryans will go at it with runners on the corners and 2 away. Big at bat for Pineda. He will see a little quicker delivery here. First pitch is low for ball 1, 86 miles an hour. Didn't see a lot of those pitches from Ferrara. Goldeyes to put up a pair here in the bottom of the 5th to take a 4-3 lead. Fennell delivers. That's low. 2 balls and no strikes to Pineda.
Good patience by Pineda. As he sees the new pitcher for the first time. There you see his father on the right.
Yep. There's a ground ball in the hole. Great play. And Pineda beats it. They'll get an RBI. It'll be an infield single. Nickrock made a great play, but he wasn't going to beat the speed of Pineda. Ryan Pineda with an infield hit and an RBI. Goldeyes take a 5-3 lead as Donnie Webb comes home easily. On to second base goes Luis Allen. And we'll go back to the top of the order as Winnipeg has put a 3 spot up here in the 5th.
Nice piece of hitting again into the hole. Real nice job by Nickrock, even just to get a glove on it. Throws across his body, but real nice hustle by Pineda to leg out the infield single, which goes for an RBI and gives the Goldeyes a 5-3 lead.
First pitch to Bond is on the corner for strike 1. So Brock Bond, who has been hitting righty all night, has a double, a single, and a walk. A run batted in, is now hitting left-handed for the first time against the right-handed Ryan Fennell. There's a fly ball, hit pretty good, but right at Alonzo Harris. And that'll end the inning. But the Goldeyes do some damage and retake the lead. They get 3 runs on 4 hits. There was an error and 2 are left. 5 complete innings in the book. The Goldeyes have gotten into the bullpen of the New Jersey Jackals. It's Winnipeg 5, New Jersey 3. This is Safeway Goldeyes Baseball live on Shaw TV.
Tonight's game is brought to you by Safeway.
Ready for summer? If you have a cottage or cabin, Shaw Direct has your family's entertainment covered. Get Shaw Direct satellite TV for your home away from home and receive your first month free. 2 free movies plus a free HD PVR rental for 2 years. Got a cottage or cabin? Get Shaw Direct satellite TV today.
And just before we send it back to Scott and Ken for the top of the 6th inning, it's time for your American Association Saves Leaders, brought to you by Manitoba Hydro. I'm going to go out on a limb and say that Marshall Schuler will win the saves title this year, if there is such a thing. The Lincoln Salt Dog closer with 32 saves on the year. Matt Navarez from Wichita with 23. Dakota Watts from Grand Prairie with 19 saves. Dan Sadler from St. Paul with 18. And rounding out the top 5 is Nate Garcia from Fargo-Moorhead with 17 saves. The American Association Save Leaders are brought to you by Manitoba Hydro. Manitoba Hydro encouraging all consumers to save energy, be power smart by using Energy Star appliances.
Well, Mama Allen has her young son, and he has lost interest in Daddy's ball game.
No, he's back up.
He heard us. We woke him up. No, the eyes are closed again. He's done.
But we know Mr. Navarez.
Dad can drive in a whole bunch more runs, and I don't think he's that interested.
Mr. Navarez will not be winning the Save Leaders.
Because
big day for him last week.
Good news.
Picked up by the Pittsburgh Pirates and headed straight to Altoona. AA Altoona.
I don't know whether you'd rather be in Wichita or Altoona.
Pretty sure you'd rather be in Altoona because that's 1 call away from Pittsburgh.
It sure is. Jeremy Barnes leads it off for the New Jersey Jackals here in the 6th inning. It's Barnes, Dunnigan, and Caldwell, the middle of the order for the Jackals.
We'd been wondering when Navarez was going to be picked up. He was popping the radar gun in the mid to high 90s.
There's a fly ball hit deep to right field. Mazzola back. It is gone. A home run for Jeremy Barnes, the 3rd baseman. That makes it 5-4 in a hurry. And that one got up and out the opposite way. And this home run is presented by Home Run Sports, proud sponsors of your Winnipeg Goldeyes. Home Run Sports, located at 20 de la Seigneurie Boulevard. And the first home run of the ball game hit by Jeremy Barnes. His 2nd run batted in tonight. And 5-3 became 5-4 with 1 swing of the bat.
11th homer of the year for Barnes. 11th round pick of the Philadelphia Phillies in 2009. Played at the University of Notre Dame. Just got a pitch up and away, and he just went with it and drilled it off the Wawanesa insurance sign. Josh Mazzola gave it a good effort. Could not haul it in. Back to a 1-run game.
We've seen over the last couple of weeks just about nothing but quality, tight, playoff-type ball games. We're getting it again tonight. Here's Jackson's pitch to Dunnigan. It's a ground ball to Tyler Kuhn at short. Kuhn makes the play easily to first base. There's the first out of this 6th inning. So one could argue that Jackson got the tougher hitter, but Barnes just ripped that up in the Goldeyes bullpen.
Taylor Suet.
Here's Taylor Suet, the side armor.
Forney saying before the game he needed to get Suet some work. Gave his bullpen a good rest, that blowout yesterday.
Here's Tony Caldwell. First pitch is in there for strike 1 from Jackson.
Since our last broadcast, Goldeyes also made a trade, Scott, bringing in the left-handed pitcher Ryan Bollinger,
who pitched very, very well in Game 2 of that series in Sioux Falls. 2 strikes quickly to Tony Caldwell.
Keohee Downing and Taylor Bratton doing a nice job in relief yesterday of Nick Hernandez as he picked up his 10th win.
Jackson's pitch is fouled off.
And Ken, you talked about our last broadcast, and we got to give Scott credit here because he said in that broadcast, because Matt Navarez was actually our interview, and he said he does not belong here anymore. He needs to go up a level, and sure enough, how right Scott was.
0-2 the count to Jackson. Pitch misses. Thank you for that, Al Foster. It doesn't happen that often.
We were wondering what took him so long. All those scouts during the All-Star game seen him pitching 94 miles an hour.
1-2 the count. Pitches in the dirt. 2-2 the count to Tony Caldwell.
Caldwell
in tonight's game 0-2.
Sorry, Scott. That was a guy who had some arm trouble in the past, but put up good numbers at AA last year in the Chicago Cubs organization.
Jackson gets a sign from Allen. Here's the pitch. And there's a ground ball to the third baseman, Blackwood. He misses it. Tyler Kuhn picks it up. And a great play by Kuhn, but he's not going to be able to make the play. Caldwell beats it out. It'll be an infield single. Kuhn made a tremendous play behind Blackwood. If the only way they were going to get Caldwell out is if Blackwood is able to field it.
Yeah, it was a good effort. Did everything right. Blackwood comes across. He's got to try to pick that ball up if he can because it's a shorter throw for him. Kuhn does a nice job of picking the ball up in the hole, makes a strong throw across the diamond, but pulled Casey Arthur off the bag.
You can tell Jamie Vermillier is just asking Matt Jackson, are you all right? Jackson says absolutely. That arguably could have been an out. It was a tough play for Blackwood. It was just a tough play. The ball wasn't hit that hard. But once it got past Blackwood at third base, Kuhn was not going to be able to get the runner. So Matt Jackson now faces John Talley, who's 1 for 2. He has a single and a run batted in. A runner at first and 1 away. We're in the bottom of the 6th inning. Taylor Suet up throwing for the Goldeyes. Jackson kicks, delivers. It's in there for a strike. 85-mile-an-hour fastball from Matt Jackson.
Talley, a 13th round pick of the Toronto Blue Jays back in 2007. Played at Carlsbad High School, Carlsbad, California. That's where Brady Anderson and Troy Gloss played.
Jackson's pitch fouled off. Jackson makes his home in Bossier, Louisiana, which is the sister city of Shreveport, Louisiana.
Scott, just got a tweet from Shooter Shane again in Alberta, and he wants you to know that he's been in the tiny press box in the Bay as well. We got to learn more about this press box.
Oh, no, you don't.
Okay.
You don't need to go there. 2 strikes to John Talley. Off-speed pitch popped up. It will get out of play.
Good scoop by Ethan Hollingsworth, who will pitch tomorrow for the Goldeyes.
At least he grabbed it with his left hand. That'll make Forney feel better. You don't want to be grabbing those foul balls with your pitching hand. 2 strikes to Talley. Caldwell at first, 1 away. Here's the pitch. Off-speed pitch fouled off. Put him up on the fist. Count remains 0-2. So Talley battling against Jackson here in the top of the 6th inning. Nothing Rick Forney would like more than to get Jackson through the 6th with a lead. Here's the pitch, and there's a pop-up. Mid-center field to Reggie Abercrombie. He handles it easily. There's the 2nd out of the inning. Talley's a tough out. Good job by Jackson to get him. And here comes the shortstop, Steve Nicorak. Nicorak has flied to right in 2 trips in the 3rd and 4th inning. He was the first out of the 3rd and the last out of the 4th. Nicorak, 6'2", 215, big shortstop. 25 years old, from Great Falls and Bristol last year. Still considered a rookie in the Can-Am League.
32nd rounder of the Chicago White Sox in 2012. Played at Temple University in Philadelphia.
Henry Burris played at Temple University. First pitch to Nicorak is a curveball in there for a strike. 0-1 to Steve Nicorak. Goldeyes lead at 5-4. 5 runs, 9 hits, and an error for Winnipeg. 4 runs, 6 hits, and an error for New Jersey. Off-speed pitch behind Nickerack. It was supposed to be a curveball that didn't curve.
It curved around him.
Break for Jackson.
Interesting.
Last
break
thing you
for
want to
Jackson
do is hit the 7th hitter in the lineup.
Did curve.
Just finally. There's a fastball for a strike. 1 ball and 2 strikes to Steve Nickerack. Nickerack came in hitting .260. He has 3 homers. He's driven in 20. The Barnes home run has made it 5-4 here in the 6th. Pitch by Jackson. Just high, 2-2. Jackson thought he had strike 3. Wow. Matt Jackson doesn't usually look at umpires the wrong way.
Yeah, the grandstand umpires certainly thought it was a strike.
Jackson thought he had strike 3. 2-2, the count to Nickerack. Jackson gets the sign. Luis sets up outside. Curveball fouled off. He missed the spot with that one.
Luis Allen looked like he was set up outside for the curve. Instead, he came with the inside fastball. Correct, just getting a piece of it to stay alive.
2-2, 2 away. Runner at first. 6th inning. Jackson to Steve Nickerack. Here's the pitch. There's a ground ball. Oh, and a tough hop for Blackwood. It'll be a base hit going all the way around to 3rd and into 2nd, and it's mishandled in the outfield. And that's going to end up being a double for Nickerack. And on to 3rd base goes Caldwell. Now runners at 2nd and 3rd with 2 out. And here comes Richard Arias, and that's going to be it for Matt Jackson as Rick Forney makes the slow walk out to the mound.
Tough play there. It was a tough hop for Blackwood. Looked like he had it, and the ball just jumped right up on him and got into left field. Good hustle by Nickerack to get to 2nd. Never any doubt that Tony Caldwell was going to head for 3rd with 2 out in the inning.
So that's it for Matt Jackson. He gives up 4 runs on 7 hits and an error, but he is responsible for the 2 runners on the bases. Nickerack at 2nd and Caldwell at 3rd. So this is a tough job now for Taylor Suet. He inherits a pair of runners in scoring position. Tell us about Taylor Suet.
Pretty good man for the job, Scott. The right-hander coming on for the 35th time for the Winnipeg Goldeyes. 1-0 record, 2.70 earned run average, 36 and 2/3 innings pitched, 36 hits, 11 earned runs allowed, 11 walks, one of which was intentional, 23 strikeouts. He's given up 1 home run. No wild pitches. Opponents hitting .265 against the Sidewinder.
So the side-arming Taylor Suet comes into the ball game. Suet from Highland Mills, New York. Was here last year for a couple of games, but he has pitched a lot more this year. Still considered a rookie. Just 24 years old, 6'2", 195 pounds. And like just about all Goldeyes pitchers, the key to his success is to get ahead. He's ahead in the count. Pitches with control. He has a slider that's very, very difficult to hit.
The old Frisbee slider.
The Frisbee slider from Taylor Suet. But runners at 2nd and 3rd. Now with 2 away. And the 8th hitter, Richard Arias, who is 1 for 2. He singled back in the 5th inning. So it's a tough out.
Been a good tilt here this evening. 2 real good ball clubs.
2 first-place teams. That's what you're going to get in 2 first-place teams. Nobody's going to back off. Especially 2 teams that are in playoff hunts, or playoff races, rather. The Goldeyes not in the same situation that that New Jersey is. New Jersey's only got a 1-game lead in the Can-Am League over Rockland. But having said that, the last thing Winnipeg wants to do is find themselves losing a few games and be back into a fight with St. Paul heading into St. Paul on the 26th, 27th, and 28th of this month.
For what will be the last 3 regular season games at Midway Stadium. Speaking of ballparks that are interesting.
Ooh, it's interesting.
Great atmosphere, though. We got to give them credit. It was time.
It's always fun.
It was time for a new stadium.
Exactly.
But real festive atmosphere at Midway Stadium.
So here's Arias, and the first pitch from Suet. It's in there for a strike. Fastball from Taylor Suet at 81.
And anyone who's ever covered a game at Midway Stadium will say they're happy to see that press box being demolished.
It's just technically behind the times. That's the biggest problem with it. And it's really tough for you being the radio guy trying to hook up in there. 1 strike to Arias. Here's the pitch. That slider gets in there for strike 2. Great slider from Taylor Suet. The frisbee slider. Looks like it's going to hit you. And comes over the plate.
And you talked about it, the importance of getting ahead. Now Suet up 0-2 in the count, and now the batter is guessing at what's coming, whether it's the fastball or that frisbee slider.
There it is, swing and a miss. 3 pitches is all it took from Taylor Suet to put Matt Jackson in a pretty nice position to win his 10th game of the year. Jackson, the pitcher of record for the Goldeyes right now, he can only be the winner. He can't be the loser, thanks to Taylor Suet's strikeout of Richard Arias. There was 1 run on the home run by Jeremy Barnes on 3 hits, no errors, and 2 left. The Goldeyes lead it 5-4. We go to the bottom of the 6th inning on Safeway Goldeyes Baseball live right here on Shaw TV.
Tonight's game is brought to you by Safeway.
From Ranger Insurance, this is Winnipeg on the Go. Your weekly event listings keeping you connected to our community. Aboriginal Music Week features Native, Métis, Inuit, and Indigenous artists performing hip-hop, electronic, traditional, world, folk, rock, country, and blues. Events are held across Winnipeg and include several free and family-friendly events. For the schedule and more information, please visit aboriginalmusicweek.ca. Bannatyne's Carnival Street Festival brings the Brazilian Carnival to downtown Winnipeg for a 2-day street festival featuring Brazilian music, dance, and food. To learn more, please visit bannatynecarnival.ca. The Morden Corn and Apple Festival features a parade, free corn and cider, a show and shine car show, busking, mud races, and much more. For more information on the festival, please visit cornandapple.com. The 25th annual Biking to the Viking is a 2-day bike tour from Stonewall to Gimli and back again, in support of the Multiple Sclerosis Society of Manitoba. For more information, please visit mssociety.ca/Manitoba. Would you like your event listed on television and online? Send your listing to Shaw TV Winnipeg at shaw.ca or visit our website shaw.ca/shawtv/Winnipeg. Winnipeg on the Go is brought to you by Ranger Insurance.
Welcome back to Shaw Park. There is the Goldeyes dugout. Matt Jackson looking animated with Nick Hernandez and Ethan Hollingsworth. Hollingsworth will pitch tomorrow night.
He's doing
7
the
o'clock
charting.
start. He's got the clipboard for tonight's game. Nick Hernandez, who won the game yesterday. Boy, you talk about football fans. He is just obsessed with the Miami Dolphins. I asked him one question about the team. He went on for like 8 minutes.
It's okay, you don't mind talking NFL.
Tremendous Dolphins fan. First pitch to the leadoff hitter here in the 7th inning, or 6th inning rather, is Jake Blackwood. 1 strike to Blackwood. Blackwood is 1 for 3 on the night. Single back in the 1st inning, scored a run. Pitch is low, 1-1.
Blackwood extending his hitting streak to 13 games.
And he has been smoking hot recently. 455 in the last 10. 417 in the last 5. There's a shot right at the shortstop, Nicorak. He fires to first. Blackwood hit it hard, but right at Steve Nicorak at short. 1 away here in the 6th inning, brings up Tyler Kuhn.
Blackwood coming off a strong series at Sioux Falls, hitting 400, 6 for 15 during that stretch. During the 12-game hitting streak, now extended to 13. Hitting 462 during that stretch.
So Kuhn steps in, 0 for 2 tonight. He has a walk. First pitch to Kuhn, swing and a miss, strike 1. Fennell at 88 miles an hour, a little quicker than Ferrero was. Goldeyes lead at 5-4. We're in the bottom of 6. Pitch by Fennell nearly hits Kuhn. 1-1 the count. Tyler steps out.
Good reflexes by Kuhn to get out of the way.
He needed them. That would have hurt. Another 88 mile an hour fastball. In on the chin, 1-1 the count to Tyler Kuhn. Fennell's pitch misses outside, 2-1. Kuhn battling Casey Harther for the team lead in batting and for the lead in the league. Harther's number 1 at 373. Kuhn is third at 360, one behind Brent Cleveland at 361. That pitch is high, 3-1 now to the Goldeyes shortstop. Fennell, a lot more giddy up than Ferreira had earlier in the ballgame. Ferreira relying on his crafty stuff, and there's ball 4. So Fennell with nothing but fastballs for Tyler Kuhn. Gives up a walk. And that'll bring up Casey Harther. Harther's had another nice night. Single, double, a walk, run scored. 11 home runs this season, 61 driven in. Fennell kicks, delivers. That misses high, ball 1.
Good eye by Harther, who's put together just an amazing season. The fact that he had his average up around 400 for as long as he did was absolutely impressive.
1 ball and no strikes, that's high, 2-0. There have been, I think, 2 great seasons in the history of this ball club. Carmine Capuccio in the early 2000s and Terry Lee back in 94, 95. Terry, 95, I think. The Lee's numbers were spectacular, but that was in old Deformity Field at old Winnipeg Stadium. That pitch is way outside, 3-0, so Fennell having a little bit of trouble with his command right now. But Terry Lee and Carmine Capuccio probably had the 2 best years ever. This is close. Not the power numbers from Harther that Lee had, but his average is right up there.
Capuccio 359 that year, back in 2001. 90 games, 39 doubles, 9 homers, 80 driven in. So it's going to be very similar
to that year. Very similar to Capuccio's year. There goes the runner, and it's fouled off onto the roof. Kuhn was off with the pitch. Count remains 3-2. Do you have Terry Lee's numbers from 94, 95? It was a pretty awesome season. But again, it was at the old ballpark, and it was a very, very short left field porch. There's ball 4 to Harther. So 2 straight walks puts runners at first and second with 1 away.
Terry Lee in 1995, Scott hit 373.
Which is what Harther
doubles,
is hitting right now.
22 homers, 73 driven in. 44 walks to go against 54 strikeouts. Pretty good for a power hitting first baseman. Good job of bearing down by Fennell. Just reared back and got Donnie Webb.
Before the game, Al Foster had a chance to talk to 3 taters, Josh Mazzola.
3 home runs in 1 game. Pretty impressive.
Yeah, saw the ball real well. Faced some guys that we had some scouting reports on seeing before over the last couple of years. Had some other guys that had some pretty good success against him as well. Blackwood and Goudey, getting in a couple balls, and the rest of the lineup as well too. Hitting the ball real hard. I think our outs were a lot of quality outs in that game especially, and hopefully bring that momentum into the next couple series.
And just talk about momentum, Josh, because you've got such a comfortable lead. How do you keep pushing to the playoffs right now?
You got to go out and play defense. You got to pitch and you got to hit. Those are the most important things. Go about our business, take care of ourselves, and take care of everything else, and everything else will fall in line.
Thanks for this.
Hey, thanks.
Al Foster with Josh Mazzola. 2 strikes, the count to Mazzola. Here's the pitch, and it's a slow chopper. Handled by Barnes at third base. He fires to first, and that does it. Good job by Fennell to get out of trouble. The Goldeyes squander a great opportunity. Bases loaded, 1 out. Can't get the run in. No runs on 1 hit, no errors, 3 left. Couple of walks in that inning. We'll go to the 7th. Winnipeg holding on. They lead New Jersey 5-4. This is Safeway Goldeyes Baseball live on Shaw TV.
Tonight's game is brought to you by Safeway.
Join us on Shaw TV this fall for our 2014 Mayoral Forum, brought to you by Winnipeg Realtors. We'll be live from the Franco-Manitoban Cultural Center October 9th at 7 p.m. Have a say in our city's next mayor. Join the conversation online at Shaw TV Winnipeg, #YourMayor. Your Mayor, the 2014 All Candidates Mayoral Forum, only on Channel 9, Shaw TV.
There you look at the Canadian Museum for Human Rights and lots of insect neighbors up in the lights. They aren't no-see-ums. These are a little bit bigger, and they're up in the lights all over the ballpark tonight. Taylor Suett works into the 7th inning, top of the 7th. Suett got the last out with that strikeout of Richard Arias in the 6th. So Rick Forney's going to ask Taylor Suett to get him 4 outs tonight. He'll face the number 9 hitter, Dwight Childs, and then back to the top of the order and 2 of the toughest outs on this Jackals team, Felix Sanchez and Alonzo Harris, not because either one of them are going to hit it over the park very often, but because they've got tremendous speed, and they can beat out those soft choppers in the infield and make it very, very difficult for pitchers. They can also steal bases, and that makes it tough, too.
31 apiece. That'll give you a little speed at the top of the order.
So here's Dwight Childs, the catcher, the number 9 hitter. He is 0 for 1 tonight. He grounded out to the third baseman, Jake Blackwood, in the 3rd, and then laid down a perfect sacrifice bunt in the 5th. No official at bat for that one, so 0 for 1 for Childs. Taylor Suett gets the sign from Luis Allen. Here's his first pitch of the 7th inning. It's low for ball 1.
As we walk down memory lane, we should mention one other impressive season from '98. Tony Chance, 18 doubles, 20 homers, 81 driven in, 325 average, 98.
Tony Chance was a dandy player. Low again, 2-0 now to Dwight Childs.
Chance's 81 RBIs, one better than Sean Hearn, who had 9 more home runs.
29 home runs is remarkable, especially in this ballpark as your home park. That pitch misses, and suddenly it's 3-0 to the number 9 hitter, Dwight Childs. And the last thing Taylor Suett wants to do is walk the number 9 hitter with the speed of the top of that lineup coming up. Pitch misses way outside, and on 4 pitches, Taylor Suett walks Dwight Childs, the number 9 hitter.
Brendan Lafferty starting to heat up in the Goldeyes bullpen.
Rick Forney not happy with that one. Working that gum pretty hard.
Jake Blackwood going to play in at 3rd, expecting a potential bunt here from the speedster Sanchez.
I think Blackwood is convinced they're going to lay it down. Suett checks the runner. Here's the pitch, the square, and it's dropped foul. The perfect bunt, but just foul. The distance was where he wanted to leave it. He had been able to get it into the grass. That would have just hung right up and would have been tough to get Sanchez at first base.
Didn't do a good enough job of getting the bat out in front. That was more like a bunt for a single rather than a sacrifice right there. Sort of stabbed at it.
No balls and 1 strike to Felix Sanchez. Dwight Childs at first, nobody out. Here's the pitch. And that's a bunt right to Blackwood. He'll make the play. Fire to first to keep Sanchez off the bag, and Allen does a good job to get back to 3rd base to cover up for Jake Blackwood.
Much better job in the execution right there by Felix Sanchez. Shows it early, cushions it nicely, gets it down. Blackwood fields it cleanly and has to get the ball across the diamond quickly in order to prevent Sanchez from legging out the bunt single. Will go as a sacrifice, 5-3.
So Childs moves on to 2nd base with 1 away now, and here comes Alonzo Harris.
Nice job by Luis Allen to hustle down to 3rd base to cover, just in case Dwight Childs was thinking of trying to get himself to 3rd base here with only 1 out.
Harris tonight 0 for 3 with a run scored. First pitch to Harris, he tries to bunt, pulls it back. Still called a strike by home plate umpire Randy Wilms. Alonzo Harris grounded out to Casey Harther in the 1st, and then struck out in the 4th, but on a wild pitch ended up at 1st base and scored a run. And he popped out to the 2nd baseman Brock Bond back in the 5th. Pitch by Suet, misses outside. 1 ball and 1 strike to Alonzo Harris. From Macomb, Mississippi, Alonzo Harris. 39th round pick of the Mets in 2007. Slider misses. 2 balls and 1 strike to Harris.
Funny moment before the game, Gabe Aguilar doing his ALS ice bucket challenge.
Oh,
Reggie Abercrombie poured the ice water over his head. Lots of people getting involved in that, including Goldeyes GM Andrew Collier and myself last week.
2-1 the count. There's a chop foul. 2 balls and 2 strikes to Alonzo Harris. Five runs, 10 hits, and an error for the Goldeyes. 4 runs, 7 hits, and 1 error for the Jackals. We're in the top of the 7th inning. Runner on second, 1 away. 2-2, the count to Alonzo Harris. Suet checks the runner. Here's the pitch. And there's a fly ball to center field. Hit pretty good, but lots of room out there. Abercrombie makes the catch. On to third goes Child. Nope, he thought about it and stopped dead as Reggie gets it right to Blackwood quickly. So Childs remains at second base with 2 away now. Here comes Jeremy Barnes, who is coming off a solo homer.
High pop fly, Abercrombie camps under it, gets the ball in, zips it all the way into Blackwood.
So here comes Rick Forney, and that'll be it for Taylor Suet. But a great job by Suet. He walked Childs to open this inning, sacrifice bunt by Sanchez, then he gets Harris to fly out. And here comes Brendan Lafferty. So Suet faced 4 batters, struck out Richard Arias, walked Dwight Childs, got Sanchez on the sac bunt and Harris on the flyout. So good job by Taylor Suet. He is responsible for the runner at second base. And Brendan Lafferty will come in to face Jeremy Barnes, and then the left-handed hitting Joe Dunnigan. Barnes should get on base.
Lafferty, the busiest man in the Goldeyes bullpen, Scott, will come on for the 50th time. 0-2 record, 2.32 earned run average. He has 4 saves on the season. 42 2/3 innings, 33 hits, 11 earned runs allowed, 21 walks, 2 of which are intentional, 44 strikeouts, 2 home runs allowed, 5 wild pitches. Opponents hitting just 208 against the left-hander from California.
So Brendan Lafferty makes his 50th appearance of the season. He leads all pitchers in the American Association. Chris Kissick has 40, and he's 5th. The 50th appearance of the year for Brendan Lafferty. Marshall Schuler, the leader in saves, has made 45 appearances.
Lafferty's a workhorse. There's no other word to describe him.
He's got such a great motion. There's not a lot of wrist and elbow involved in it. It's kind of a straight over the top fastball, curveball. But you'll see he comes right over the top with almost a straight arm.
Does a good job of hiding the ball, though.
He does. Very, very good job. And when he has his control and keeps the ball down in the strike zone, he can be nearly unhittable. And he'll be the first one to tell you he can't get it up. Once the ball gets up in the strike zone, he can run into a lot of trouble. But if he keeps it down, he's pretty unstoppable. We had a chat the other day about being a closer. He had come in and done a couple of closer duties and said it didn't matter to him one way or the other. It was always the same. You're going to come in, you're going to inherit some runners, you got to get people out.
A pretty laid-back fella. And again, lots of managers
are now. I mean, sure. He's committed, totally committed to Josh Drews, the team's bullpen catcher.
A lot of managers obsessed with the lefty-lefty matchup, but Lafferty has opponents hitting just 242 against him, those right-handed hitters facing the left-handed pitcher this year.
So Lafferty faces Barnes, first pitch low and inside, ball 1. There is some news, too, out of the Manitoba Major Junior Hockey League. It is very, very likely that Brendan Lafferty will split duties with Josh Drews as the team's PA announcer at the Southwood Community Center this winter. A hockey fan to the death. He's going to announce hockey at the rink this year. So stay tuned for that. Get out and see your St. Boniface Riels. 2 balls and no strikes to Jeremy Barnes. Brendan Lafferty, curler, hockey fan, hockey announcer. Left-handed relief pitcher for the Goldeyes. Here's the pitch. That's on the corner for a strike. 2 balls and 1 strike to Jeremy Barnes. Barnes on the evening has had a pretty good one. He flied out to left to end the first. He grounded out to first, and then he hit an opposite field home run off the Wawanesa Insurance sign to make the score 5-4. That's where we stand right now. 2-1 the count. Here's the pitch by Lafferty. Curveball, beautiful pitch. 2-2 the count to Jeremy Barnes. Dwight Childs with a pretty good lead at second base. He is not being held, nor is there any play on. Job right now for Lafferty is to get a tough hitter in Jeremy Barnes. Here's the pitch. It's in the dirt. 3-2. Count goes full. Joe Dunnigan, the left-handed hitting power hitter with 23 home runs this year, is in the on-deck circle.
Lafferty's father was a season ticket holder, or the LA Angels, I believe. He was
Both
a Cubs
his parents
fan.
were school teachers?
He was a Cubs fan. The old WGN days.
Wow. Well, in the day, it was easy to be a Cubs fan. 3-2 the count. There's a pitch. It's hit a long way, but foul. Donnie Webb got over, but it was in the seats. Count remains 3-2 to Jeremy Barnes. We're in the top of the 7th inning. Goldeyes lead at 5-4. Dandy ball game here at the park tonight. First place Goldeyes against the Can-Am League's first place New Jersey Jackals. Here's the pitch by Lafferty. It's fouled off again. So Barnes is battling against Brendan Lafferty. 3 balls and 2 strikes to the third baseman of the New Jersey Jackals. Jeremy Barnes played in Camden and in New Jersey last year. 27 years old, 5'10", 200 pounds. Starting third baseman. Lafferty gets the sign. Kicks and delivers. There's a ground ball to Tyler Kunitz short. Handles it easily, fires across the diamond, and that'll do it for New Jersey in the 7th. So Brendan Lafferty comes on and gets the job done. Forces the ground out to Jeremy Barnes. No runs, no hits, no errors, 1 left. We'll go to the bottom of the 7th. The Goldeyes still lead at 5-4. This is Safeway Goldeyes Baseball live on Shaw TV.
Tonight's game is brought to you by Safeway.
It's time now for the 7th inning stretch, brought to you by The Dugout, the Goldeyes souvenir store with 2 locations right here in Shaw Park, as Goldie and Allison Pattison and Blair Hunter and the rest of the Goldeyes fan services reps lead you through the 7th inning stretch. Thanks to Goldie and the Goldeyes fan services reps, the 7th inning stretch brought to you by The Dugout, the Goldeyes souvenir store with 2 locations right here in Shaw Park. Don't forget to hang around at the end of the game for the Safeway postgame show featuring Ken Wiebe and Al Foster, our player of the game and our play of the game. Always interesting stuff at the end of the night. So stick around for the Safeway postgame show after. For the Goldeyes in the 7th inning, it'll be Luis Allen, Ryan Pineda, and Brock Bond to face Ryan Fennell for 1 more inning.
And no activity in the Jackals bullpen either, so.
Fennell has done a good job. Allowed only one hit. He has faced 7 batters, walked 2. There's an infield single. There's 1 strikeout. No runs allowed. So for the Goldeyes, Luis Allen, who is 2 for 3 and hit the ball hard every time he has a run batted in, will lead it off. And then Ryan Pineda, who has the big run batted in, the winning run if 5-4 holds up. I have a funny feeling it's not going to tonight.
It's been an interesting contest.
So Luis steps in, a line out to third base, and it was a ripper caught by Jeremy Barnes. And then a single in the 4th and a single and an RBI in the 5th.
Fan of the Western Mustangs there down behind the bullpen. Might be an athlete from Western, given the team issue shirt he was rocking there. Sponsored by Under Armour.
Allen steps in. Here's the pitch by Fennell, and it gets away from Dwight Childs. 1-1, the count to Luis. Luis, the all-star catcher for the North Division. Not surprising to anybody.
Not well-deserved honor.
As most players on this team will tell you, he's the glue that keeps it all together. Pitch to Luis is low. 2 balls and a strike. A veteran.
Fan of Pudge Rodriguez growing up. Said one of the biggest thrills was getting to spend some time with him at spring training in the Marlins organization.
There's a line shot right at the second baseman, Richard Arias. So Allen has lined out twice and both hit hard. That wasn't just hit high enough. Same as the line out to third baseman Barnes. So Arias makes the first put out of this 7th inning, and that'll bring up Ryan Pineda. He's the hero so far. An infield single drove in Donnie Webb with the 5th run of the ball game for the Winnipeg Goldeyes, and that's the limit. They need it 5-4. Pineda tries to bunt his way on, fouls it off. Barnes was playing deep at third base. Pineda just tried to lay one down. Couldn't get it into fair territory, and 1 strike now to Ryan Pineda. As we mentioned earlier, his mom and dad are in the audience tonight. Enjoying a great night for their son. 1 for 2 with a walk and an RBI. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike 2. 2 strikes to Pineda. Makes his home in Las Vegas, Nevada. No activity at either bullpen. Neither the Goldeyes nor the Jackals. So right now it's Fennell against Lafferty. Here's Fennell's pitch. That's low. 1 ball and 2 strikes to Ryan Pineda. Brock Bond is into the on-deck circle. Bond has a couple of hits tonight. Fennell kicks, delivers. And it's popped up. Good pitch by Fennell. Nicorach, the shortstop, makes the catch.
Interesting route again. Might have maybe caught some wind.
I just think he wanted to make it exciting. Second out of the inning.
I don't agree.
Here's Brock Bond.
He made it exciting,
right
but I don't think he wanted to.
Yeah, probably not. Didn't want to make it that hard, did he?
Made the play, that's all that matters.
You're right. Bond batted right-handed against the starter Ferrer and had a couple of hits. Walked in the first, doubled in the second, singled in the 4th. And off Fennell was the final out as he flied out to finish the 5th inning. First batter Fennell faced. Pitches in the dirt. 1 ball and 1 strike to Brock Bond. As Kenny Weeb said earlier in the game, a professional hitter. Doesn't hit for a lot of power. We talked again today. He doesn't have a home run. He's the only Goldeye that doesn't have a home run this year. And has told his teammates that he will hit one. He promises by the end of this month.
All it takes is to run into one. We know he's a very good hitter.
It's line drives.
A lot of line drives.
2 balls and 1 strike to Brock Bond. 2 away. We're in the bottom of the 7th inning. Pitch by Fennell. That's high. 3-1 to Bond. Jake Blackwood in the on-deck circle. If Bond can keep this inning going. Fennell gets the sign from Dwight Childs. There's the pitch, and that's high for ball 4. Second walk of the game for Brock Bond. He came in hitting .341, 2 for 3 tonight, on base 4 times. So that's going to do nothing but help his batting average.
Not to mention on base percentage.
Brock Bond has now walked 43 times in 51 games.
It's just a patient hitter. That was the scouting report on him, and he has shown that to be the case.
So Bond at first with 2 away, and here's Jake Blackwood. Pitch by Fennell, and it's fouled off. Blackwood decided to go after that first pitch. Probably hoping he'd get a fastball maybe over the middle of the plate. Not quite, it was outside, he fouled it off.
It's impressive, though. 50 starts, 43 walks. That is doing the job of a leadoff man right there. Setting the table.
Pitch is way outside, 1-1. No, I like Tyler Kuhn as a leadoff man. I love him more as a number 3 hitter in the lineup. But Brock Bond is a perfect leadoff.
Right, and the reason Kuhn is in that spot is because he's hit so well with runners in scoring position.
Kuhn is in the on-deck circle. Should Jake Blackwood keep the inning alive? Pitch by Fennell. Fouled off again. Great catch by the fan services ref. Tremendous catch. She's looking for somebody to give it to. Finds a guy with a Pepsi. It wasn't for him. It was for the little guy.
She panicked a little bit on that one.
There you go. Nice job.
Good work.
Well done.
Good work.
Round of applause for that guy. There's a pop-up on the infield. Arias, the second baseman, goes over. He'll be in. And he misplayed it. Arias misplayed the pop-up. It'll be an error to the second baseman. All the way to third goes Brock Bond, and Jake Blackwood is on first base. It'll be an error to the second baseman, Arias. We saw the almost miss at shortstop, and now we see the miss at second base.
Yeah, no question. It looks like he's camped under it, and then all of a sudden, whoa, boy, over his head.
And so an error puts runners on the corners with 2 away and brings up Tyler Kuhn.
Didn't even get any leather on that one.
That was a little embarrassing. Once you see them start backpedaling quickly, and Arias not very happy with himself. So runners at first and third for Tyler Kuhn. Here's the first pitch. It's high, ball 1. Kuhn has walked twice. He's 0 for 2 tonight. Grounded out to first and flied out to left. Pitches inside, ball 2. 2 balls and no strikes.
Coming into tonight, Scott, Tyler Kuhn with runners in scoring position, hitting .364, 39 driven in, with runners in scoring position and 2 out, .313, 13 ribbies. That's why he's hitting in the number 3 hole.
Sean Ellis warming up for New Jersey. Pitch by Fennell is popped up again. Kuhn's not very happy. And it's handled by Nicorok at shortstop. So 3 pop-ups, 2 caught. No runs, no hits. There was a walk and an error. 2 men left on base. Goldeyes put runners at first and third with 2 out and had a chance, but Tyler Kuhn couldn't come through. It's still Winnipeg 5, New Jersey 4. We go to the 8th inning. A dandy ball game. It's Safeway Goldeyes Baseball live on Shaw TV.
Tonight's game is brought to you by Safeway.
As we head into the top of the 8th inning, time now for a look at the American Association standings. Of course, as we've been mentioning throughout the broadcast, the Winnipeg Goldeyes with a commanding 8-game lead over St. Paul in the North Division standings. Much tighter in the Central, where the Lincoln Salt Dogs just have a game-and-a-half lead over the Gary South Shore Railcats. And just like the Goldeyes in the North, the Wichita Wingnuts in the South, pretty comfortable heading into the postseason with a 7.5 game lead over Laredo. And Scott and Ken, I got to tell you guys really quickly, I know we're in a baseball broadcast, but get ready for the headlines tomorrow about Johnny Manziel for the Cleveland Browns. He's making some headlines tonight with a gesture that he made towards the Washington bench tonight. You'll hear more tomorrow in the broadcast, I'm sure, in the sports broadcast.
Nothing like gestures. The St. Paul Saints are in the top of the 8th inning, just like the Goldeyes. They're getting beat 6-3 by the Gary South Shore Railcats. Ouch.
Spinning out of control.
10 straight losses for St. Paul.
Spiraling out of control. Franchise record. Already a franchise record at 9 in a row.
Trailing Gary 6-3 in the top of the 8th. Goldeyes leading at 5-4. Brendan Lafferty now into the 8th inning with nobody on. There's Mom and the kids having fun at the ballpark. But a tough batter for Lafferty to start this 8th inning. It'll be Joe Dunnigan, followed by Tony Caldwell and then John Talley. So a couple of left-handed hitters, Dunnigan and Talley, to face Lafferty. Here's the first pitch by Brendan Lafferty, and it's hit a mile in the air. Luis Allen has called for it. Tough play. Allen makes the catch. Good job by Luis. And one pitch, Joe Dunnigan pops out to Luis Allen. One pitch, one out for Brendan Lafferty here in the 8th. And that'll bring up Tony Caldwell.
I certainly understand the frustration for Joe Dunnigan, but after watching a ball get butchered on the infield on the high pop-up variety, probably not a very good idea to only take 2 steps towards first base on a high pop like that.
The 2 catches that Nicorak made, there's some wind up there. There's something up there that is making it difficult. And Nicorak had 2 tough plays and made them, and Arias couldn't handle it. First pitch to Caldwell is inside for ball 1. But Dunnigan was walking toward the dugout.
It was a fair ball.
Yes.
If that lands.
1 ball and no strikes to Caldwell. There's Lafferty's pitch. That's high. 2-0. Brendan Lafferty came on in the 7th inning. and got Jeremy Barnes to ground out to Tyler Kuhn to end it. There's a pop-up again. That may be in play. Luis Allen comes back and makes the catch. Good job by Luis. He has had no problem with either one of those pop flies. John Talley, the hitter, before the game. Al Foster had an opportunity to go down and hang around that dugout of the New Jersey Jackals and talk to John Talley.
First of all, just talk about the last series. You were on fire.
Yeah, the last series was great. We came in as a team really hot and really had some energy going into it and just did really well.
Talk about the team right now, because I mentioned off the top of the show that you guys are really in a battle for first place in the Can-Am right now.
Yeah, we're in a big battle right now. We're currently in first, and with Rockland close behind and Quebec chasing them, it could be anybody's game.
And is that pressure, or is that something you welcome?
We welcome the pressure. It makes us play a little bit better, a little harder, and keeping it close like that so we don't get relaxed.
Appreciate this. Good luck with the rest of the season.
Course. Anytime. Thank you.
Thank you, Al Foster. John Talley, former Fargo Moorhead Red Hawk, left-handed hitter. 1-1 the count from Brendan Lafferty. Talley has a hit in tonight's ball game. Single back in the 4th inning. He's 1 for 3. Grounded out to second, back in the 2nd. Flied out to center field in the 6th. Off-speed pitch, swing and a miss. What a great pitch by Brendan Lafferty. He had Talley fooled. He'd thrown the fastball by him. Comes with the change. And Talley swings and misses. 1 ball and 2 strikes to the big first baseman of the New Jersey Jackals. John Talley, 6'5", 250. Lafferty delivers, swing and a miss, struck him out. Throw down to Casey Harther, gets it done, and a great job by Brendan Lafferty. Nothing across for New Jersey in the 8th. The Goldeyes need 3 more outs. They wouldn't mind getting a run or two. We'll see what happens in the 8th inning. It's Winnipeg 5, New Jersey 4. This is Safeway Goldeyes Baseball live on Shaw TV.
Tonight's game is brought to you by Safeway.
Join the movement to kick cancer. 5 simple things can reduce your risk of cancer by up to 50%. Choose a balanced diet with plenty of fruits and vegetables. Get active to maintain a healthy body weight. Avoid tobacco and secondhand smoke. Protect yourself from UV rays. Follow cancer screening guidelines and see your doctor for regular checkups. Take the pledge to reduce your risk of cancer. Join the movement at kickcancer.ca.
An initiative of Cancer Care Manitoba Foundation, supported by Safeway.
Kids at the ballpark having a good time. We got a brand new pitcher for the New Jersey Jackals. Ken Weave, tell us about the new fastball pitcher that's out in the mound.
6'4" right-hander. Sean Ellis coming on for the 38th time, 3-1 record and a 2.34 earned run average. He has 2 saves as well. 46 innings pitched, 47 strikeouts, 14 walks. Only allowed 34 hits this year, Scott. Right-hander from Philadelphia.
Sean Ellis throwing it up there at 85 and 86 in the warm-up. He will face the number 4 hitter, Casey Harther, to lead it off here in the 8th. It'll be Harther, Abercrombie, and Webb. Sean Ellis, the new pitcher for the New Jersey Jackals. Hey, speaking of good pitchers out of Philadelphia, have you seen Monet Davis yet, the Little League World Series?
Awesome.
She throws it 72 miles an hour.
Complete game.
13-year-old girl that just throws darts.
It's awesome to watch.
They were saying the other day at the big stadium, Philadelphia played the team from Texas. About 10,000 seats in the big stadium. They were scalping tickets for as much as $500 to see this girl play. She wasn't pitching that game. She was playing left field.
Pretty cool when a guy like Mike Trout, considered one of the best players in the majors, is tweeting about you at the Little League World Series.
You're not bad. Not bad. If you haven't seen her, get on the internet. It's all over YouTube. She throws it 72 miles an hour. Here's Casey Harther. First pitch by Ellis to Harther is on the corner for strike 1.
I believe Ellis had some injury trouble, Scott. No statistics for 2013 or 2012. Was an all-star back in 2010 as a member of the El Paso Diablos.
Pitches high to Harther, 1-1. Casey Harther has been on base in every at-bat tonight. Singled in the 1st, walked in the 3rd, doubled and scored a run in the 5th, and walked in the 6th. Pitches low and outside, 2 balls and 1 strike. He has been at least to second base every time he has been on tonight. Two and 1 the count. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. Good pitch by Ellis. 87-mile-an-hour fastball on the outside corner. Counts 2-2. We're in the bottom of the 8th inning. Goldeyes lead at 5-4. Chris Kissick up throwing. He'll close it or try to close it tonight. Off-speed pitch fouled off.
They'll split the 2011 season between El Paso and New Jersey. Back for a second go-around with the Jackals. Kid's got himself a souvenir. Fired up about it.
Does. He's happy. Good for him. 2-2 the count to Harther. Ellis kicks, delivers. Fouled off again. Heads up. That got out of here in a hurry. Nobody hurt.
Hit a couple empty seats. I think everyone down there is all right.
Count remains 2-2. Ellis's pitch, swing and a miss. He struck him out. Arthur goes down on strikes. First time he has not been on base tonight. That'll bring up Reggie Abercrombie. Reggie tonight has been on base 3 times. He grounded out to first and got an RBI in the first inning. But he walked in the third, was safe on an error in the 5th and scored a run and had an infield single in the 6th. So he's 1 for 3. Ball comes loose from the Goldeyes bullpen. Chris Kissick throwing that off the table slider down there. It's past Josh Drews. So Reggie steps in, hitting .283 heading into tonight's game, hitting .285 today. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. Off-speed pitch at 80 miles an hour from Ellis for strike 1.
And Reggie laughing about how he corkscrewed himself into the ground on that changeup.
Great change by Sean Ellis. Throws his fastball 86, 87. Throws that change 79 or 80. Ellis's pitch. Off speed again. Strike 2. Reggie talking to the bat. They're having an important conversation. Reggie wants a little more out of it. 2 strikes to Reggie. Here's the pitch. It's in the dirt. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Abercrombie's had a tremendous season. It was scuffly early. It wasn't his best, but you never had the sense that he wasn't going to hit.
The other part of it too is that Abercrombie is very good on the bases. He was a productive hitter in key situations, and he gives you good defense.
There's a shot on the third baseline. That should be 2. Abercrombie rounds first. He's headed to second base. Dunnigan with the big arm, but he's not going to get Reggie with too much speed. Second hit of the night for Abercrombie. Second hit in a row. A double for Reggie, and he ripped this one.
Great piece of hitting. Gets out in front, gets the barrel on it, drives it past the diving third baseman, Jeremy Barnes. Good hustle to leg out a double.
So Donnie Webb comes up with a runner in scoring position. The Goldeyes would love to get 1 more run heading into the 9th. A little cushion for Chris Kissick. Here's the pitch to Webb. Foul back, straight back by Donnie Webb for strike 1. Webb tonight has a hit and a run scored in 4 trips. But now for the second time in 3 innings, he comes up with runners in scoring position and a chance to give the Goldeyes a cushion. Here's one fouled off. That'll get out of play. And quickly, Sean Ellis gets ahead of Webb 0-2.
Misplay by the fan behind
There's
the
been
dugout.
some good plays by fans tonight and not so good plays. But a youngster gets a baseball, and that's the most important thing.
Yes, indeed. We'll take away the error for the fan for giving it to the young, young fan.
There you see Reggie Abercrombie at second base. Donnie Webb digs in. Sean Ellis, the pitcher. Here's the pitch. Foul back again. Ellis is coming with nothing but strikes here in the bottom of the 8th.
91 on the gun on that one. Find a little extra velocity.
Oh, 0-2 the count to Webb. Ellis gets the sign. There's the pitch. Fouled off again. Donnie Webb stays alive. So Ellis and Webb in a battle. Count remains 0-2. 1 away. Abercrombie at second for this second hit of the ballgame. As that batting average continues to climb for Reggie. Ellis gets the sign from Dwight Childs. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. Might have been a foul tip. Regardless, it's the second strikeout of the inning for Sean Ellis. And here comes Josh Mazzola. Second time Webb is struck out tonight. And here comes Mazzola.
Great pitch right there. Sean Ellis.
Mazzola's 0 for 3 tonight with a sacrifice fly. Has a run batted in. And after hitting 3 home runs yesterday, Josh is due. Ellis's pitch is low, ball 1. Mazzola came in hitting .265, 12 home runs, 54 driven in, make that 55 now. And with Abercrombie at second, has a chance to add to it. He hits a line drive base hit, and he's done it. Abercrombie will score easily. And Josh Mazzola delivers his second run batted into the game, his first hit of the game, his 56th RBI of the year, and the Goldeyes take a 6-4 lead. And that's exactly what they needed with Chris Kissick coming in to try to close it out in the ninth.
Mentioned it earlier, Scott. Mazzola loves these situations, loves the pursuit of a championship, gets a good pitch down in the zone, stayed with it, stayed on the ball, and drove it into center field for an RBI single. A clutch RBI single with 2 down to give the Goldeyes a little more breathing room here in the 8th.
So Mazzola at first with 2 out. Luis Allen steps in. And the Goldeyes have taken a 6-4 lead, 12th hit of the night for Winnipeg. And a big clutch hit for Josh Mazzola. Ellis to Allen. Low and inside, ball 1. That was a great pitch by Ellis.
It's down, below the knees. Mazzola went down and got it. Line shot. Real good piece of hitting.
Low and inside again. 2 balls and no strikes now to Luis Allen. Ryan Pineda into the on-deck circle. These 2 teams go at it again tomorrow night, 7 o'clock right here at Shaw Park. Pitch is high and inside, 3-0 to Luis. The crowd got into that pitch under Luis's chin. He didn't even care. The veteran presence of Luis Allen, 3-0 the count. Pitch is right down the middle for a strike, 3-1.
A lot of candidates for the old player of the game award here.
A lot in this one. I mean, you've got to even think of Brendan Lafferty for the job he did. Ellis's pitch, and there's a fly ball in the right field. Right at the right fielder, Felix Sanchez. And that does it for the Goldeyes in the 8th, but they get a big run. 1 run on 2 hits, a double by Abercrombie and a single by Josh Mazzola. There were no errors and 1 man left on base. We've played 8 complete here in the insect infected. It's a night of lightning bugs. It's Winnipeg 6, New Jersey 4. This is Safeway Goldeyes Baseball live on Shaw TV.
Tonight's game is brought to you by Safeway.
Time now for your slide of the game, brought to you by Manitoba Public Insurance. Kenny Weeb, what's our slide of the game?
Well, we had a few candidates earlier, Scott, but in the 8th inning, Reggie Abercrombie stepped to the plate, drove the ball into left field. We knew it was going to be a single. Nice sliding play by Joe Dunnigan, but Reggie Abercrombie with the quick pop-up slide into second for the double, and that is our slide of the game.
No, sir, that's our double slide of the game. Both Dunnigan and Abercrombie.
Double dip.
Our double dip slide of the game brought to you by Manitoba Public Insurance. We'll go to the 9th inning, and the Goldeyes have Chris Kissick on the mound. Tell us about the Goldeyes closer.
Goldeyes closer coming on for the 41st time, Scott. The BC product 0-4 with a 3.23 earned run average. He has 14 saves. 39 innings pitched, 43 hits, 14 earned runs, 10 walks, 36 strikeouts. He surrendered 2 homers. Opponent's hitting .279 against the right-hander.
So Chris Kissick will come on to face Steve Nicorak, the shortstop, who is 1 for 3. Richard Arias, the second baseman, who is 1 for 3. And Dwight Childs, who is 0 for 1 with a sacrifice bunt and a walk. So Chris Kissick, who came in and got the save in Sioux Falls on Saturday night, gave up a run in that 9th inning, but still got the job done as the Goldeyes went into the 9th with a 4-2 lead, came out with a 4-3 victory. And now Chris Kissick with a cushion here in the 9th inning. 6-4 Goldeyes lead it. 6 runs, 13 hits and an error for Winnipeg. 4 runs, 7 hits and an error for New Jersey. So Nicorak will face Chris Kissick, the Canadian. Here's the first pitch of the 9th inning. It's low ball 1.
Kissick, another one of those Goldeyes who had the opportunity to represent the ball club in the All-Star game held at Shaw Park.
Good pitch by Kissick on the outside corner at the knees. 1 ball and 1 strike. And like 2 other Goldeyes, he's been in qualifying situations for the World Baseball Classic. He's helped Canada qualify twice. Outside, 2 balls and 1 strike. So we have Ryan Pineda with Team Philippines, Casey Harther with Team Israel, and Chris Kissick with Team Canada. The Jackals dugout, they're having a great time. 2 balls and 2 strikes now to Steve Nicorak. Two and 2 to Nicorak. Kissick gets the sign from Allen. He sets up outside. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. The slider. He strikes out Nicorak for the first out of this 9th inning. Kissick gets the first out. And he's got 2 to go, and he gets Richard Arias, the second baseman.
Great slider right there from Kissick. Been an exciting summer for Kissick. Appeared in the All-Star game. New father.
And he's got a chance for his 14th or 15th save. 15th save. So yeah, a great summer for Chris Kissick. And here comes the number 8 hitter, Richard Arias. Arias has a single back in the 5th inning, struck out in the 6th. Pitch to Arias is on the corner for strike 1. Fastball at 89 from Kissick. There's young Kyron Kissick, Chris Kissick, and Mom enjoying the ballpark with Luis and all sorts of little guys at the ballpark tonight. Kissick's pitch is low. 1-1, the count to Richard Arias. Kissick gets the sign. Against another one of these players from the Newark dispersal draft. Here's the pitch. It's low. 2 balls and 1 strike. Arias played in Newark last season. Hit .312 for the Newark Bears. From Lynn, Massachusetts. Went to Mid-Continent University. Played for the Cougars. Pitch is a line shot into right field for a solid single. Mazzola gets over, makes a good play on a tough hop. But a solid base hit to right field for Richard Arias.
Hard hit ball the other way. That'll bring the potential tying run to the plate.
And here's Dwight Childs. So Arias with his 2nd hit of the night. Arias hit it hard, and it took a tough hop. Good job by Mazzola in right field to keep that from going to the wall. So Arias at first. He'll be looking to steal. There's a ground ball foul down the 3rd baseline. Hit hard by Childs, but just foul. Blackwood playing right along the line. Had that been fair, there might have been a double play ball because Blackwood was right along the line protecting against an extra base hit.
Yeah, no doubles.
There's the Pancake Batter fans. 2 guys left over from the Barbecue and Blues. They're getting into it. They're enjoying themselves tonight. And they want pancakes. 1 strike now to Childs. Swing and a miss, strike 2. Of course, we've talked about this before. If you strike out this certain selected batter, everybody in the park wins pancakes from the original Pancake House. And Chris Kissick has Dwight Childs right where this crowd wants him to be. 2 strikes. He's already struck out Steve Nicorak to open the inning. Here's Kissick's pitch. It's in the dirt. 1 ball and 2 strikes to Childs. He wasn't going to have anything to do with that slider.
Good patience. Just trying to keep the game alive.
Childs was hitting only .201 with St. Paul, but he's hitting 280s in his 3 games here with New Jersey. 1-2 the count. Arias with a good lead at first. Trying to preserve the victory for Matt Jackson. It would be his 10th of the season. A runner at first and 1 away. 1-2 the count. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. And this crowd's loving it. Pancakes all around. Second strikeout of the inning for Chris Kissick. But we get to the tough part of the lineup. Those boys are happy up there. Happy fans, nothing like it. 2 away. Runner at first, but a very, very tough out with Felix Sanchez. Kissick checks the runner. Here's the pitch. Just misses outside, ball 1.
Very good command here from Kissick in the 9th. Blowout allowed him to get a nice day of rest.
Pitch misses outside again. 2 balls and no strikes to Sanchez. Alonzo Harris, right-handed hitter in the on-deck circle. Sanchez tonight has a bunt single and a sac bunt. He's 1 for 3 officially. Kissick's pitch, and there's a ground ball up the middle. Brock Bond makes the play and can't make the play at second base. He couldn't make the flip to Tyler Kuhn. It'll be an error on Bond, and this inning continues. That looked like the final out of the ball game. Second error of the game for the Goldeyes, and Brock Bond couldn't make the play.
Kissick did his job. Ball came out of his hand as he went to flip the baseball. I think that's what happened. Kuhn got over to the bag in time, but as Bond got ready to make the flip, looks like he lost control. The ball might have slipped off his hand right there. Goldeyes can't get the force out, and it'll go as an error.
And Rick Forney's going to come out and have a conversation with Kissick. Just tell him to calm down. He made a great pitch. Telling him he's got command of this thing. It was a great pitch, and it should have been the 3rd out, and it should have been the ball game. But Bond couldn't make the play. He's charged with the error. Second of the night for the Goldeyes, a team that is the number 2 fielding team in the American Association. The Goldeyes came in with a team fielding percentage of .980, 1/100th of a point behind the Wichita Wingnuts. But a couple of errors tonight won't help that. And all Rick Forney wanted to tell Chris Kissick is don't get down. You've made nothing but good pitches. Here's the first pitch to Alonzo Harris. It's low for ball 1. Fastball at 88. Runners at first and second with 2 away. We're in the 9th inning. Goldeyes need 1 more out to go 21 games above 500. Kissick pitches, and there's a ground ball foul. Again, Blackwood playing right along the line. He couldn't make the play on that one, but it was 5 feet foul.
6th error of the season by Brock Bond, who's done a very nice job at second base.
He's been outstanding at second base. I was a little bit shocked that he didn't make the play. 1-1 the count to Harris. He hit that hard, but foul past Blackwood. Arias at second, Sanchez at first. 2 out. Here's the pitch by Kissick. Swing and a miss, strike 2. 1-2 the count to Alonzo Harris, who just couldn't hold up. So Kissick ahead of Harris, 1-2. Goldeyes lead at 6-4. Kissick's pitch is in the dirt. Good job by Luis Allen to play goaltender there. 2-2 the count.
Yeah, great job of keeping it in front. That ball goes to the side. You got the potential tying run moving up to second base.
2-2 the count to Alonzo Harris. The key for Kissick right now is to keep the ball down. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. He struck him out, and the Goldeyes win it. A dandy ball game. This one had a playoff feel. The Goldeyes, 6 runs, 13 hits, 2 errors. The New Jersey Jackals, 4 runs, 8 hits, 1 error. The winning pitcher in tonight's game, Matt Jackson. The loser is the starter, Anthony Ferreira for New Jersey. The save to Chris Kissick, his team leading 15th of the year, and the Goldeyes improved to 54-33. Winnipeg 6, New Jersey 4. Come on back. We got the Safeway postgame show right after this.
Tonight's game is brought to you by Safeway.
Ready for summer? If you have a cottage or cabin, Shaw Direct has your family's entertainment covered. Get Shaw Direct satellite TV for your home away from home and receive your first month free. 2 free movies plus a free HD PVR rental for 2 years. Got a cottage or cabin? Get Shaw Direct satellite TV today.
Safeway Goldeyes Baseball is back for another exciting season live on Shaw TV. On Wednesday, August 20th at 7 p.m., the Fish will battle the New Jersey Jackals at Shaw Park. Brought to you by Safeway, only on Shaw TV.
Welcome back to Shaw Park. Time now for your Safeway postgame show, brought to you by Safeway. Tremendous game here at Shaw Park, and as I said before we got into this postgame show, Kenny Weed, it had a playoff feel to it right from the start.
Yeah, it really did. You have 2 teams trying to lock down a playoff spot, both of them wanting to be very crisp. A few more errors maybe than we expected, but overall, pretty well played game by both clubs. Went right down to the wire. Had a good collection of pitching, got some timely hits from both clubs, and ultimately the Goldeyes come away with a 2-run victory. After taking the early lead, they fell behind 3-2 and then really got things going and allowed the bullpen to lock it down after a pretty strong performance from Matt Jackson.
Tremendous game by the Goldeyes. Tonight's player of the game is brought to you by Shaw On Demand with more than 10,000 demand titles. You won't miss a thing. Shaw On Demand brings you our player of the game, and let's go down to field level and Al Foster for tonight's player of the game.
And down here with Reggie Abercrombie. You know what? The timing is everything, and right now, yeah, we're getting some sunflower seeds here to celebrate the event. But no, timing is everything, and right now you're just bringing in some RBIs right now. Just talk about how you're playing right now.
Oh, man, just trying to see the ball hit ball, you know. Eventually, you know, just getting some pitches I can hit, just dropping in some runs. Just trying to help the team win, and like I said, like Kuhn, Casey, Maz, and Blackwood, everybody else, they've been doing it the whole season just to try to come in here and contribute. It feels pretty good.
And as a team right now, momentum is everything going into the postseason. You guys have it right now, don't you?
Yeah, we feel good about our team. So, you know, anytime you can get momentum going out there doing like this, you know, it's pretty good. you know it is. My teammates are wild, so you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. You know what, Reggie is like
when people, so you know I gotta have them in. They gotta be in every shot. So Blackwood, they look.
When Reggie gets player of the game, whenever you get player of the game, it's always a popular thing, isn't it?
Yeah, man, we try to do it, man. My teammates are wild, so you know I love them to death. And like I said, the momentum going to the playoffs towards this, just try to get to the playoffs is going to be pretty good for us. So we're just going to try to keep winning and keep playing these hard games and try to get it done.
All right. Congratulations on a great game tonight, and thanks for doing this.
All right, thank you.
That's Reggie Abercrombie. You're very popular. Shaw Direct, player of the game.
And that's tonight's player of the game, brought to you by Shaw On Demand. With over 10,000 on-demand titles, you won't miss a thing. So Reggie Abercrombie is our player of the game. Who is our play of the game? Brought to you by Shaw. Take your favorite shows on the go with Shaw Go apps. Kenny Wheat, play of the game.
Back in the 5th inning, Scott, after the Goldeyes fell behind 3-2, Josh Mazzola tied it with a sacrifice fly, and Luis Allen stepped to the plate with Reggie Abercrombie at second base in the tie game. Allen comes up and finds himself a line shot the other way that gave the Goldeyes the lead and sparked that 3-run inning, which allowed the Goldeyes to pull ahead and eventually secure an important victory.
So Luis Allen with our play of the game. Tonight's play of the game brought to you by Shaw. Take your favorite shows on the go with Shaw Go apps, and a great job by Luis Allen. Great job by the Goldeyes all around. They finished the night with 13 hits. They win it 6-4. It's their third straight victory. Gives them a record of 54-33, 21 games over 500. And with St. Paul losing tonight, late in the ball game, it looks like the Goldeyes are going to be 9 games ahead heading into tomorrow night's game with these same New Jersey Jackals. Remember, it's the Jackals tomorrow at 7, and then again on Wednesday at 7 o'clock. Ken Wiebe, great ball game tonight. On behalf of Kenny Wiebe, I'm Scott Taylor. Let's go down to field level and Al Foster to take us home and tell us when we'll be back. Al?
And we will be back here, guys, on Wednesday night. That's when these two teams will go at it again. Yes, the New Jersey Jackals and the Winnipeg Goldeyes. So that'll be 7 o'clock on Wednesday, and that'll do it for us tonight. On behalf of Scott Taylor, Ken Wiebe, and our entire hardworking Shaw TV crew, I'm Al Foster saying so long from Shaw Park.